It's the day you all wait for each week, Friday. And this is the show you all can't get enough of, Good Morning Pop Culture. So while you're on your way to work or just waking up to hear the sound of my soothing voice, good morning to you all. It's been an interesting week here on the channel. Last night's World Class Bullshitters was, well, dare I say, legendary. And this weekend is going to only get better with our zombie double feature tonight. Return of the Living Dead, and possibly Night of the Living Dead. And then tomorrow, Saturday, a Clone Wars watch party, the Genndy Tartakovsky version. While we wait to hit that magical number, let me know what your favorite thing we did on the channel was this week. Was it the turkey suit for Dion? That was a lot of fun. Did you know that last night somebody sent in a super chat to get Dion the complete Mr. Ed collection on DVD? And now we're going to make him watch it live on camera? Yeah. We're reaching that level with World Class Bullshitters. Finally. So it looks like we had a super chat pop up very, very early. This came from the High Reclusart Grimaldus. Thank you very much and good morning. Hey, Star Wars cocksuckers. Did you hear about the clarion call? It's calling out one and all who will live one and one fall. Let me reread that. Sorry. Hey, Star Wars cocksuckers. Did you hear the clarion call? It's calling out to one and all who will live one and fall. Who will ask the Golden Hall? Good morning, Jeff. Good morning to you, High Reclusart Grimaldus. I apologize for butchering that, but I got it right the second time, and that's all that matters. Lots of hellos, lots of good mornings. All right. Well, that just means we're about to have another great episode of Good Morning Pop Culture. So, yes, today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Resistance. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff. It's Friday. The best day of the weekday. Means you're off tomorrow, you can sleep in, you can do whatever the hell you want over the weekend, unless you have to work, then I apologize. And you can listen to the recording of tonight's live watch party to help you get to the morning. When will Ethan Van Sciver appear on the High Council again? I have something to say to him. Well, once we get tired of Triple X Uncle Ehe, the original Ethan Van Sciver will return. Yep, I have a cup of coffee. I'm on my second, so thank you very much. Good morning from Comics Elite. Good morning to Comics Elite as well. Speaking of comics, I finally got a chance to check out that Jim Jeffries bullshit piece about diversity in comics, which I turned off about halfway through. But if you pay attention to the like-dislike ratio, it's quite high in the favor of dislike. It's like a 2-to-9 ratio. People hate it. Only a bunch of stupid people seem to be being duped by the editing, the tricks, and all that other stuff. It's funny, though, that a small channel like ours has countless videos that beat Comedy Central in terms of views. So maybe they should, stick to shit they know, like being actually funny, instead of trying to get into the politics and make a quick buck off what's popular on the internet. Yes, I'm glad everyone agrees that it was pure bullshit. So we're almost to our magical number of 200. We're growing to a point where now we can hit 200 people in the first 4 to 5 minutes, which is really exciting. Oh, in Finland, we're good evening pop culture. I have to take note of that. Good evening to you, Finland. Yeah, working Saturdays sucks, definitely. I remember my old days at 7-Up. I had to work Saturday morning, 4 a.m. to noon. Ugh. I had no life. GrendelFan84 says it makes diversity in comics critics look like psychos. See, those types of pieces are dangerous. Luckily, the people that actually matter won't be too worried about that, because this isn't going to all of a sudden have a big influx of comic book readers roll into their local comic book stores and be like, hey, guys, I saw that asshole on TV. I need to support this. They just don't care. The people that watch the movies are different from the people that read the comic books. It's all a big clusterfuck right now in entertainment. What's more important, a good story or the people behind its message? I go with good story. Sunday is considered a weekday / workday in Israel. Oh, man. My wife or my cousin's husband knows all about that. He's from Israel. Oh. Well, what's HHN? I don't know what that stands for. We are 2 people away from our magical number. 1 person away. Good morning. Who's the next person? Oh, we're so close, and we're just stuck at 199. That's okay, guys. We're almost there. And we're past it. So let's get into what we're going to talk about this morning. Star Wars Resistance. Ironically, the name represents how most Star Wars feel about the brand right now. They're resistant to it. So are you excited for more Star Wars? Because I sure as hell am not. Well, let's talk about this show. So this news came out about this show. So Star Wars Synopsis introduces the show's main character, and you'll be surprised who the main character is. So the German Disney XD channel has released an official synopsis for the first episode of Star Wars Resistance, The Recruit. It introduces the show's main character and gives a hint at just what to expect from the upcoming Star Wars animated series. In April this year, Disney revealed that they're finally opening up the Star Wars timeline. They announced the new animated series, Star Wars Resistance, is set somewhere between the events of Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Oscar Isaacs and Gwendolyn Christie are also playing animated versions of Poe Dameron and Captain Phasma in the series, while everyone's favorite rolling droid, BB-8, will likewise show up. Ugh. According to the German website, Fernsehsiren, wow, I took German. How can I not know this one? Fernsehsiren, the German Disney XD, has just revealed quite a bit about the show. So this is the synopsis. Resistance fighter Poe Dameron tests young pilot Kazuda Kaz Ziano with spying on the First Order. At the time, little is known about this organization and its strength. In order to fulfill his mission, Kaz travels to the space, which is being used by many ships as a port of refuel and to do repairs. However, there's also a dangerous race taking place. After Kaz bragged with his piloting skills and his arrival there, he is soon drawn into one of those races. So based off of that, we got a couple of pieces of information, and we'll go into it more deeply in a second. First off, there's a guy that leads a Star Wars series. So if for TV, you can have a male lead, but in the movies, you got to have your white, female, brunette, British sounding woman. So there you go. Secondly, we're going to learn how the First Order comes to power. Well, I feel like this is lazy because the movie should have explained it or not had another Empire surrogate. I don't really know how this will be received. I'm sure the kids will watch it. I'm sure the collectors will buy into it and stuff. But for me, it's just like ancillary material that doesn't excuse the films proper. If you can't get it right in the film, well, guess what? You just didn't get it right. I know we're going to cover the EU books this week on World Class Bullshitters, and that's going to be exciting for everyone. But if you watch the original Star Wars films, they all make sense without the books. You don't need to know, whatever happened with Han Solo and the bounty hunter on Ord Mantell. It's just a line of dialogue. It's not really important to the entire plot of the film. It doesn't explain why Han Solo wears that blue jacket or some dumb shit like that. Jeff the Iron Wolf, thank you very much for your $5 super chat. Good morning, bullshitters. It's 7:50. What's the 0 stand for? My God, it's early. It is early. We start this early, Tuesday through Friday, every week. Good Morning Pop Culture is our little corner of the internet, and this is where we hang out, have some coffee, talk about entertainment, connect with all you wonderful people, and it can get crazy at times. People are saying the First Order sounds like shit. Nobody likes the First Order. Milk Star Wars fans like an alien sea walrus. Oh, man. Wasn't the Empire defeated in Return of the Jedi? Yes. Any news on the Jon Favreau live-action show? Not yet. Nothing new with the Jon Favreau live-action series. They're going to probably wait to discuss that at greater lengths with the Disney streaming service, which should be coming out next year, which I won't be buying. I know EVS can't wait to get it. I heard they're offering him free pie if he reviews it favorably, so he's going to love it. Plus, Rose Tika might show it to his house to deliver the said pies. But back to the Star Wars Resistance thing, it's interesting to me that they're actually going to do high-speed racing. They're picking stuff from the prequels. We're going to have pod racing 2.0, essentially, on this show. And for me, it's, I guess, fine. Kids like racing. I liked pod racing enough. But again, they're going back to stuff that people seem to have shit on years ago, but are open to now. Was that all part of the plan? Did they really secretly want people to accept the prequels, so they made the sequels terrible? No. No, that's not the truth at all. Thank you, Mercuito. He's got that one right. If you have to tell the story outside of the film, the movie sucks. Now, this is pod racing. You damn right. Sadly, it's pie racing. Pie racing, oops. That was a Freudian slip, pie racing. Do you think Ethan would be a good pie racer, or do you think that he would just be too tired and lazy to actually go through with it? A lot of people are saying there's some desperation, a lack of originality. They are digging up old ideas. Rogue One, the movie that we all seem to be the most okay with from Disney Star Wars, dug up a lot of old ideas. The Kyber crystal element and all that stuff. They were doing that for the Clone Wars story arc, the Siege of Mandalore. And then they brought it back. Not brought it back, but now they're worried about doing the Kyber crystal stuff for Rogue One, or did it? Eventually, they're going to run out of things to glean from Star Wars. They'll probably run out of fans first. Press F if you think they'll run out of fans first before they'll run out of ideas to rip off from previous Star Wars merchandise or content. GrendleFan84 says, Disney milking the cash cow in the wrong places. Well, first off, GrendleFan84, thank you for your super chat. And yeah, it is the wrong way to do it. They really messed up by basically restarting the status quo of Empire versus Rebel Alliance. And I messed up by not muting my phone. So why do people keep contacting me when I'm live on the air? You claim to be my friends, yet you constantly text me when you know I'm live. It means you're not watching. I'm hurt. Channel Dad Brian Leap. But the point I was trying to make was lost because of that text message. So thank you. People are saying it's a lost cause with Star Wars, but they'll keep trying, guys. They will keep trying until it falls apart constantly. They will keep trying, and they'll try to tell you you're wrong, you're bad, you're evil. They'll have Simon Pegg come out and attack you viciously, yet the man's made an entire career out of bashing the Star Wars prequels. So this coming week, we're going to be talking about the hypocrite, Hollywood hypocrite Simon Pegg, the Justice for Jar Jar campaign. I'm so tired of that guy's smug fucking face. And I used to love him. I just think he was so funny. Shaun of the Dead, Spaced, Hot Fuzz, Paul, Star Trek. I liked him as Scotty. I was such a big Simon Pegg fan. But he either drank the Kool-Aid or someone's telling him to say this shit. I can't stand him. I don't think I'd like him as a person. It almost makes me not want to see Mission Impossible tonight because of just how douchey this guy is. And I know a lot of people are upset when I say that kind of stuff. Oh, the Pui's here. Good morning, the Pui. I'm here. You can start now. Morning, Jeff. Thank you, Pui. I'm glad you're here. Simon Pegg, F Simon Pegg. Yeah, a lot of people are angry at this shit. You would think that right now, during this really weird, tumultuous time where we'll just say an us versus them scenario, fans and celebrity/creators, it's never been more tense. Every creator has to talk about their personal politics and get really stupid about it. And then you got these preachy celebrities. I don't trust a celebrity. They're paid to be fake. Why do I take their word over the word of someone else? I shouldn't. You know, what's his real accent? This, that, and the other. There's so many fake things about Simon Pegg that we all don't know. So why is he the voice of reason? Why is he the moral center at all of this? Like I said, he started his career, not really started, but the thing that made him well-known was Spaced, and his character in Spaced couldn't get over the Phantom Menace. And yeah, Brian Lape, I know you didn't send the text, but I knew you were watching, so I'd get a rise out of you. World's End is when he started going downhill. I hated The World's End, or the At World's End, or whatever. I saw that in a triple feature with Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and the Cornetto trilogy. Man, you talk about a lame ending to a trilogy. You guys can rip on Return of the Jedi and the Ewoks all day. I can sit and shit on Star Trek Beyond, but nothing has killed a franchise or a trilogy or just a series of films the way At World's End did for me. I actually was giving up on Edgar Wright for a while until I saw Baby Driver. I didn't even go back and watch some of his older films. I couldn't stand At World's End. Red Letter Media and Simon Pegg need to be purged from the internet. What has Red Letter Media been doing lately? I don't know what they've done. Rhino4563 says, how do you bash fans a day before you have a mega movie coming out? You can say crap about Tom Cruise, but he's being friendly, fan-friendly. Fuck Simon Pegg. I need more sleep. Yeah, it is a stupid thing. And then there's all these other articles coming out talking about how Simon Pegg says, I can't see these people as real film fans. How can they defend those movies and stuff like that? Hold on. Let me pull up. I took a screenshot for tomorrow or for Monday's video. Let me see what I have said about Simon Pegg here, because I think it's important. If it's not Rian Johnson or Kathleen Kennedy, because the people at Lucasfilm are being quiet, now it's celebrity fans of Star Wars. It's just every week they keep digging themselves deeper and deeper and deeper into a damn hole. And one day, there's just going to be not anywhere else to dig. They're going to be at the very bottom, and there's going to be no one there to buy their shitty merchandise. So Simon Pegg actually said, I don't really have any respect for anyone who thinks those films are good. They're not. They're a monumental misunderstanding of what the original 3 films are. It's an exercise in utter infanticide. Like George Lucas is killing his kid. So that came from Simon Pegg with his blunt opinions of the Star Wars prequel fans. So Simon Pegg was pulling this shit a couple years ago, and now all of a sudden he's, oh guys, Jar Jar Binks, what we've done to him is terrible. Motherfucker, you're the face of what did it. Are you guilty? You're guilty. Do you feel guilty? You should feel guilty. We have another super chat rolling from the High Recluse Art Grimaldus. Thank you very much. Guy shits on the prequels, plays in a Star Wars movie that's worse than them. What's this guy saying? Well, High Recluse Art Grimaldus, I just read that, so I hope that fulfilled what you needed to hear. But just because you asked specifically what he said, let me tell you what he said about the recently. It says, Simon Pegg tells angry Star Wars fans it's just a fucking film. Again, this guy needed to say this in the year 2000 when he was trying to get himself over. That's a wrestling term for make yourself famous. Well, that's another wrestling phrase. My point is, when he was establishing himself as an actor, how did he do that? By ripping on the Star Wars prequels. He was like a British Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith was doing that shit in the Clerks cartoon. And if you guys don't remember that, go watch episode 4 of the Clerks cartoon where Jay tries to sue Randall and Dante. But the script has been flipped in case of Simon Pegg. He's now holier than thou. He's saying this shit. It's just a movie. Well, that's fine, Simon. But of all people, I don't think you should be going out and publicly trying to do this stuff. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, thank you for your very generous super chat. He said, Pegg's comments seem to me that Rian Johnson and co have said, damn, Disney won't let us attack fans on social media anymore. Let's get someone not under those constraints to do it. You're right. Plus, somebody brought it up earlier in the other super chat. He was in the damn movie. Isn't he the portions guy? Like, that's a 0 portion comment right there. And I can't believe I just made a fucking Force Awakens reference. Please, feel free to flagellate me in the comments. Just, boom. Hit me with an F if you think that was uncalled for. But I'm wondering who else they're going to get. You don't have too many celebrities with the nerd cred. I feel like they're trying to get people that are generally appreciated by fandom to talk down to them. And then people are like, man, Simon Pegg's calling me out. Maybe I should think about that. I really liked Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead. And I'm over here thinking to myself, go fuck off and do other stuff, Simon Pegg. You're not the voice for me or anyone else. And I know I sound very angry, but I am angry at this dude. It's like he reached a tipping point. He was doing and saying shit that he believed in, and now all of a sudden he's turned to the dark side. Does he truly believe in the shit he says anymore? I don't believe in it. I don't believe him. It takes very little for me to think that a celebrity has lost all credibility. Hell, even if The Rock came out and said shit like this, I'd be questioning a lot. Dwayne Johnson, the actor, would be on my shit list. But he's smart. He's not trying to get himself to be made as a controversial figure. Simon Pegg is, because what has he done lately? He does his he shows up every 3 years in a Mission Impossible flick. He's probably not going to do much with Star Trek anymore. And his behind-the-scenes role in Star Wars, which is essentially the portions guy, that's not a career anymore. You can only ride the Edgar Wright train for so long. The Cornetto trilogy's over. Nick Frost is doing his own thing. And Simon Pegg is a very rich and successful man, but he's going to stop the momentum of his career by pissing off a lot of people, because people are just going to say, fuck that guy. I'm not going to go see his movies. That's how this all works. I'm not saying he needs to kiss the fans' ass, but he doesn't need to, do a complete 180 on everything he's built himself up on. Because it's him, it's worse. If, I don't know, who's a celebrity that I genuinely don't give a shit? If Ryan Gosling, I like Ryan Gosling, but if Ryan Gosling said, oh, the new Star Wars movies weren't that good, or they were good enough, blah, 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 I wouldn't care. Ryan Gosling hasn't built himself up on this Star Wars voice. He's built himself up as this, I was a pretty boy actor as a kid, and now I have acting chops as an adult. So that's kind of Ryan Gosling's thing. But Simon Pegg, my God, I can't wait to make this video. I'm going to rip into this dude hardcore. It pisses me off. I feel personally betrayed that he, of all people, would do this shit. It's like, dude, you went back on everything you believed in, man. That's not cool. Idio Hugima sent in a super chat, $10 or 10 pounds. Thank you very much. The beautiful thing about Japan's showbiz is that the actors don't hoard their political opinions around is the only truth. They have opinions, but don't voice them, because their job is entertainment. Thank you, Idio Hugima. That's how it should be. Like I said, I don't look to Jennifer Lawrence or any celebrity to be the voice of reason for me. It's like, hey, this person believes in that. Great. Now promote your movie so I can change the channel, or wait for that comedic actor to come on to talk about shit that I actually care about on The Late Show. I don't even watch the late shows anymore. That's one thing I have done personally to avoid this weird deluge of politics and garbage. I have just removed myself from, broadcast TV, watch reruns of old stuff, or I work on the channel. I don't have time to be talked down to by some douchey celebrity from, the middle of fucking nowhere that doesn't have a degree or any kind of stance on anything. So we are bogged down with some super chats. Let me catch up, because I don't want to leave anyone hanging. Thank you to everyone who's been very patient. The Pui says, crap. I liked Simon. I love Hot Fuzz. The Pui, I love Hot Fuzz too. It's not going to change my opinion on those old movies, but going forward, I'm not going to be as like, oh man, Simon Pegg's in the movie, I got to watch it. I used to feel that way. How to Lose Friends and Alienate People, Run Fat Boy Run. I watched those movies just because of Simon Pegg, and I had such a good feeling towards the actor. He's a hypocrite. Midnight Cherry TV says, worked on Baby Driver, right as an a-hole now. Midnight Cherry TV. I feel like we're in They Live, and I'm putting on the sunglasses and I'm learning the truth about everyone's character and demeanor. I want to believe that these guys are cool, but I guess it's not the case. Midnight Cherry TV, you need to talk to me off air about some of the cool stuff that you've done or worked. I won't put it on the channel. I just want to know out of curiosity. Insanity Methods, thank you very much for your super chat. The Plinkett reviews don't delve into episode 8. I'll review the fandom, make fun of the prequels more, and then review episode 8 for 5 minutes. It almost sounds like they're afraid to talk about that movie. Much like Jeremy Johns, much like Chris Stuckman, much like those dudes down in Texas that were on the Double Toasted channel. They still are, I don't know. Everyone was afraid to review the movie. They just wanted to talk about Star Wars as a whole. They didn't get into plot points. They didn't get into specifics. It would be wise for Disney to never allow us to review one of their Star Wars films early, because we wouldn't give spoilers, but we would talk about the plot and the script and all that stuff. We wouldn't just go, oh, it's a good time for Star Wars fans. They're back. Everyone's so happy. Luke Skywalker's here. No. We want to talk about the plot of a movie. If it fails as a movie, if it works as a movie, if it works as a Star Wars movie. I don't know, man. This Simon Pegg thing has turned into more. I was going to talk about Star Wars Resistance and move on and, have fun. It's Friday. But the more I think about it, this Simon Pegg stuff just really bothers me. Anyway, Sire J. Longstroke says, I just hate how Disney hijacked Star Wars, and now they treat it like they've created the franchise. Excellent point. what actually have they created in terms of Star Wars? Well, they created Rey and Poe and Finn and Captain Phasma and Rose Tico. Well, those things aren't loved by millions of people. They're accepted, or, they're just there. Everyone came out in droves to see the original characters, not the new ones. That's a shortcoming on Disney. Disney doesn't create very good things anymore. All their movies are either pre-existing franchises or sequels or continuations. I mean, we're actually remaking The Lion King. What was wrong with The Lion King in the first place? Wouldn't have changed it at all. Like that movie. They're doing Aladdin live action. It's just an easy way to make money, which I get. But I don't want anyone to mistake their business success with their creative success. Walt Disney, I don't really know too much about the man, but the old stuff seemed to have a little bit of creativity, a little bit of it advanced technology. It brought certain things to the public. Good for them. Not anymore. Like 101 Dalmatians had a new animation technique. I think it was the first to use like photocopying or something like that. It has that weird look to it, but it advanced the technology and animation. Disney doesn't really do that kind of stuff anymore. Say what I want to say about Avatar and how much I hated it. At least it brought a new piece of technology to film going, not good, but still, it was something new. High Recluse Archimaldus says, I don't expect anything less from an actor who turned Scotty into the Jar Jar of Star Trek. He can burn in hell for all I care. Damn. And I thought I was being harsh this morning. High Recluse Archimaldus, you get the award for early morning burn. Dude, that was fucked up. I love it. The West 18 Racing says, do you think Disney CU Star Wars finally going belly up? Do you think Disney CU Star Wars finally up? I don't know if they'll see it going belly up, but they definitely are aware of the online presence. Much like diversity in comics is being put on Comedy Central, all these channels that are talking about Star Wars in a critical way have to be at least noticed by Disney Lucasfilm. We all pick our words very carefully, but there's a single message that there's a lot of people out there that are unhappy with Star Wars. Don't do this. So I think they'll try to get as much as they can out of it now. And then there'll be that inevitable day where it does kind of fall apart. I think we're at the point where certain things have broken off and they're taping it up. Like yesterday's article, when I talked about J.J. Abrams and how he's trying to make this one the best one of all the Star Wars movies from Disney. I thought the last one was a masterpiece. Guys, come on. How can you get better than a masterpiece? Oh, so the next one is essentially an admission of guilt for The Last Jedi. It wasn't the masterpiece. It was all PR spin. I just hope that every critic out there has their feet held to the fire for the shit they said. Let's not let anyone get away with the biggest PR debacle or the biggest duping of a fan base. Maybe it was even bribery. I don't know. But there is something that went on for that movie to be perceived the way it was. Maybe it was fear. Maybe it was just basic fear. There was no money involved or anything like that. It was just fear of being ostracized in the industry. Maybe it was fear of being left out of future events. Maybe it was fear of having your channel shut down if you didn't praise Star Wars. Well, that's the risk they took. And at least for me personally, and I know there's a lot of people out there that feel the same way, they lost credibility. And it's never been about they like something I don't like. That's fine. Jeremy likes The Force Awakens. No matter what he wants to tell me now, I know he likes that movie. Doesn't change the fact that I've always hated him. No, he's fine. He's cool. He's a good dude. I respect him. The point is, because you like something that I dislike doesn't make me dislike you as a person. It gives us something to discuss and debate. There was just something so fishy about the way that film, The Last Jedi, was treated publicly by people that have something to lose. I didn't rip on it because it was the fun thing to do or the cool thing to do. I just hated the movie. It's just so bizarre how people like Red Letter Media will come out and admit the faults of The Force Awakens years later. And so next year, when the episode 9 comes out, whatever it's going to be called, there are going to be a lot of people that say, the last one wasn't that good. I just hope everyone out there that listens to that show finds the screenshot of their original review of the film. And it's like, hey guys, it used to be a masterpiece and now it's garbage. Just to show you how much people go back on their stuff. Grindlefan84 says most celebrities barely passed high school. That is true. They're famous for being either pretty or charismatic, not smart. I think the only person, well, not the only person, but what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a doctor, right? Physicist or something like that. He went to college. He's a very smart man, and he's famous for being smart. I don't look at somebody like Johnny Depp for advice. Now, maybe financial advice because they're rich and they know the right people. But other than that, I don't look to our celebrities as the shining example of American society. We got celebrities that OD on drugs that die. They're just regular people with a big spotlight on them at all times. Some people can't handle it. Some people can. A lot of them can't. And they're very self-destructive assholes behind the scenes. Rhino4563 says, Cerebral Assassin, slay Pegg like you silenced the shill Campia. Do it. Slay him. I'm going to make a video about Simon Pegg, and it's going to be what needs to be said, in my opinion. I'm not going to go out and attack him for, personal attacks. That's just not how we do it on World Class Bullshitters. I'm going to take his words, and I'm going to present what he said to you and what he used to say and how I feel he's turned on everybody because he's not true to himself anymore. Or was he ever true in the first place? Was it all a big lie? Was it all a way to just get himself out there? I don't think so. I'll give you the thesis right now. It wasn't. He was being true, and now he's too popular to allow that shit to be, out there. He wants to come back for episode 9. So what do you do? Well, I apologize by shitting on the fans. Now I'm in your good graces, Mr. Iger. Please let me back in. Reed Palancha, thank you very much for your super chat. These days, it seems, if you want to get anywhere, you have to be of a certain ideology. Great to see another video. Reed Palancha, great to see you again. Almost every live stream we do. Thank you very much. Yes, ideology seems to trump, I don't know, financial gain or desire for financial gain. I like if people are out there and like, I'm here to, say something. But what are these people actually saying that's individual to them? It's like we're spouting off the same line. It's like in National Lampoon's Vacation. Remember when he goes to Marty Moose and says, the park's closed for whatever? These celebrities, these actors are like in a robotic mode, and they have to say like line of dialogue to represent, the feelings of everyone. They can't go out of the norm or else they're, shunned. At that point, certain people you just think wouldn't give a fuck anymore. They're so big and powerful and have so much money that what's the point of, continually towing this company line? You're not included anymore. Ben Abu Saada says he was Dengar in Clone Wars. Hypocrite. I didn't realize he voiced Dengar in the Clone Wars. I just knew him as the Portions guy. Grendel-fan84 says, if you think about it, Black Panther is Lion King. I try not to think about Black Panther, Grendel-fan. It was okay at best. Reed Palancha says, EA and Disney seem to share the obtaining business and slowly destroying them whilst getting as much out of it. Yes, they do. I had to think about EA for just a moment, and then my skin began to crawl. I don't support them. Not because I'm trying to make a message. It's just the games, or send a message. The games they make aren't for me. I don't do Star Wars Battlefront 1 or 2 because I'm holding out for a Star Wars game, if I ever buy another one, that's third person. When they remake Star Wars 1313 or finish it or whatever they were going to do, then they have my money. If they remake Rogue Squadron 1, 2, and 3 as a super game, then they have my money. Until then, fuck them. But it's all about that quick dollar. They think they can buy the existing franchise's goodwill and continue on that trajectory. But with Disney, we've seen that's not the case. They wanted two things. They wanted the fans to blindly accept that Star Wars was back and they could do anything they want. And then they wanted to infest and infect new Star Wars with some garbage that doesn't really work for anybody. It's not working for them. It's not working for EA. I hope that other companies take note of like this should be a case study in college down the road. How Disney killed Star Wars in 5 years type of thing. Lucas, one guy had the idea in his brain, then a bunch of people came and made it work, and then a group of people under him kept it alive for almost 40 years. But with Disney, the most powerful corporation on the planet in terms of entertainment, they tanked it in record time. I just hope people remember this stuff. And, sometimes, guys, you want to build a fan base and a strong foundation and go from there. What's the old thing about, are you going to build your house on the sand or the rocks or something? Well, Disney moved the house that was built on the solid foundation onto the sand because they thought more people wanted a beachfront view, and then the tide came in and washed the shit away, and now it's just remnants of what once was. Insanity Methods, thank you for your super chat. The Force Awakens didn't build new characters to make us excited for The Last Jedi. We only attended The Last Jedi for Luke. Very good point, Insanity Methods. And now they're hoping, they're praying to God that enough people will go see Lando Calrissian. But they made him a joke in the last one, so that's not going to work either. And then they're going to say, well, people just, it's a politically charged time, and Lando Calrissian, this and that. No, look, I've never met anyone in my life talk badly about Lando outside of, man, he's a shitty guy to Han. Hence, we're talking about his character development and growth. That makes him interesting. But Lando's never had the drawing power of Luke. Luke Skywalker is the hero of Star Wars. Star Wars is Luke Skywalker. I know people say, well, what about Darth Vader? What about that? Yes, but Star Wars was never as popular as it was back then when Luke Skywalker was all about it. I bet you the Luke Skywalker figure from Kenner, if you add up all the different variants, it's probably the #1 selling toy Kenner ever produced. Darth Vader, since it's the same toy, probably the same. You get both. You get Luke and you get Vader. Hero, villain. You need both. I have countless Lukes, countless Vaders. But they got us for Han, and they got us for Luke. We've already had Chewbacca. Chewbacca's never been a draw like that. You can love Chewbacca, but he's been around the whole time. He's in the prequels. He's on the Clone Wars. He's on Rebels probably. Well, he can't be on Rebels because that takes place right before New Hope. Point is, the actor characters, the big draws are done. What are they going to do? Bring back Boba Fett? Oh my God, Boba Fett's back. That causes problems too. That would be the only smart thing they could do is if they put Boba Fett in the movie, then they could actually market books and shit and get people excited. But they won't do that. Brad Norris, thank you for your super chat. When I saw The Last Jedi the first time, I was like, yeah, this is awesome. When I saw it a second time a few days later, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? For me, when I watched that movie, I was like, okay, first 30 seconds or whatever was fine. Minute 2, crawl rolls down. I was okay with the space battle for a minute, and then I was like, what? As soon as Luke threw the saber, I was like, oh God, this is what this is going to be. And then it was all downhill from there. I think I actually laughed out loud at moments, almost like in a moment of insanity. Like I was cracking up, like, what the fuck am I watching? Like I couldn't believe what was in front of my face. It hit me in a weird place, guys. The Last Jedi, it broke me. No, I'm fine. Zaire says, what is this webtoon quality anime ripoff image? Well, Zaire, that is the image for Star Wars Resistance, the new animated series coming from Disney to a screen near no one, because I'm sure as shit not going to watch it. The Weiss 18 Racing, thank you very much for your generous super chat. Has anyone explained already? Has anyone explained already? Somebody did not die in The Last Jedi by the one red guard had 2 daggers. Oh, you meant to say Rey. Oh, okay. So has anyone explained already that Rey did not die in The Last Jedi by one of the red guards who had 2 daggers? It's funny how that guard had Rey around the neck with one arm and his other one magically losing the other dagger. Yeah, I noticed that too. We had a whatchamacallit pop up, a GIF popped up for that on our Facebook page, and I watched it like 10 or 20 times because I've only seen The Last Jedi 3 times. Once in theater, once for the World Class Bullshitters commentary, and once for the High Council commentary. And there's so many facepalm moments for The Last Jedi for me. A personal note is the way you can tell I'm very bothered by a movie is when I close my eyes and go, it's like frustrating to me. It's not like frustrating. It is frustrating to me. That's a sign that I'm just like, I can't do this right now. Yeah, I could have a Captain Picard facepalm, maybe for humorous effect. But when I close my eyes and sigh, I don't even want to look at it. The sigh is to block out the sound. There were so many of those with The Last Jedi. Just fuck. I didn't pay attention to that. And so then when I saw the GIF, I laughed. And when we watched it for the High Council, then I noticed it again. And I was like, oh shit, there we go. So that was bad. And that's inexcusable. Rian Johnson can't excuse that shit away. And to me, that's indicative of you're focused on other stuff and not the final product. You're worried about Canto Bight and your weird message. And Ron Bergman and whoever else was in charge of the film should have been like, yo, Ryan, we have an error here. We need to reshoot this. Oh, no, guys. We need the massage parlor in Canto Bight to talk about the gluttony and excess of the galaxy. Who gives a shit? I care more that your movie is fucking broken than some fat puppet getting a massage from a droid. You didn't world build, dude. You tore that shit down. it will be interesting to see if they have any more of those gaffes in episode 9. If they're so focused on Rey's haircut or making her baby bump look realistic that they forget the part where, I don't know, they don't composite C-3PO properly, so the reflection of the green screen is on his suit. You see, stuff like that will happen with modern Star Wars. Hell, the original trilogy, only times they had gaffes like that were because the technology didn't exist, and they built the technology for a lot of the movie. What's the excuse for The Last Jedi? You have the biggest corporation behind you with pretty much an infinite budget. Oh, it slips through the cracks. Come on, somebody had to notice that shit. Somebody had to notice that shit. Thank you again, though, the West Racing 18 or the Weiss 18 Racing for your very generous super chat. Kamikaze Johnson, thank you. I just hope episode 9 is good enough to win a Saturn Award. I feel like if I spent a week talking about the Twilight Zone and the Outer Limits, this channel could win a Saturn Award. Are we as good as The Last Jedi? Better. No, I don't think that'll win a Saturn Award. I think episode 9 will be focused on Oscars and other things like that. Disney could buy the Academy. Disney could buy anything. So I will be surprised if this movie wins a Saturn Award, because if it wins a Saturn Award, it's two things. It'll lower episode 9 to the level of episode 8, but it'll also make episode 8 less special. Thank you again, Kamikaze Johnson. Grendel Fan 84. My face during The Last Jedi was Simon Pegg's and Hot Fuzz during Romeo and Juliet. So when they murdered Luke Skywalker, it was akin to when they murdered Bill Shakespeare. Yeah, I love Hot Fuzz. Trust me, that movie's, man. I might put that. I'm not going to put it on. I have shit to do. I love that movie so much. Hot Fuzz is one of my all-time favorite flicks, and I'm not going to become jaded to the movie, but Simon Pegg going forward, no thank you, sir. Zaire says, Boba Fett was best before Attack of the Clones, an independent entity with no personal stake, just a man really good at what he does for a job. That's my Boba Fett, and that's mine too. I like Boba Fett when you didn't know anything about him, and when he had the original Jason Wingreen voice, and when he just came in, he was in it for the money, and Han Solo feared him. That's about it. I even liked him better when they just called him Bounty Hunter, because remember, they don't name him in The Empire Strikes Back. He's just Bounty Hunter or That Bounty Hunter. No disintegrations. So they did change Boba Fett. The only character that didn't really get mentioned, it didn't get mentioned at all, was Han Solo in the prequel trilogy. Nothing about Han Solo pops up. There's that Millennium Falcon looking ship on Coruscant, and that is it. No, nothing else. Spike in Madness, thank you very much for your super chat. Did you see Uncle E's Rose Medallion fiasco yet? No. What's the fiasco? Was that during his Clone Wars stream last night that is now gone? Because I was going to watch that today, because I wanted to do a Clone Wars stream on the cartoon, and I think he's doing the one on the CGI cartoon, and I don't want to step on his toes and try to, do the same thing he's doing. So I was going to make sure I wasn't copying him, professional courtesy. So could you explain to me Spike in Madness? You can just tag me in the post. You don't have to send another super chat, because I feel like I can't give you a full answer, so it's kind of shitty. But just let me know, guys, in the comments about what happened with EVS's Rose Medallion fiasco and what happened with his stream last night, if they're one and the same, while I read these next two super chats. Don't get honey-dicked by episode 9, brothers. Hollywood Hogan, thank you so much for your super chat, and thank God you're back in the WWE. I forgive you. The Grand Inquisitor. Good morning, Jeff. I sent you a tweet about Lando. Well, I will check that in a few moments, the Grand Inquisitor, because I am not really good at Twitter and talking and doing all this at the same time. So I'll get to it before the end of the show. When we get to the Ask Jeff Anything segment, I will read your tweet. Let me write that down. Grand INQ tweet. Okay, I will read that. Midnight Cherry TV. Thank you very much. Start your Pegg vid with him burning his Star Wars stuff from space. I don't do Facebook, but I sent an email with my channel doing daily weird Lego videos. I will make sure that I check that out after I get off the air, and I'll make sure I give you the proper mention. So thank you, Midnight Cherry TV, and I hope there's some Mystery Men Lego sets for you very soon. Boba Fett was named in the holiday special, so his name was already known. That's true. But wasn't the holiday special named or shown one time? How many fans knew that? Well, put it like this, is that in the kid in the 90s, when you see Empire first and you don't know that there's a holiday special. He's just bounty hunter. What if you get jelly dicked by episode 9? Asks Lando. Oh, goddamn. Cesaria Japan, did I miss your super chat? Let's see. I'm in the special thing right now. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that, Cesaria Japan. Thank you very much. Simon Pegg was trying to shed his neckbeard background a while ago and failed. Now he's trying to be in the good graces of the nerds again, doing it wrong. First off, again, Cesaria Japan, thank you very much. Yeah, he was neckbeard number 1 back in the day. And he wants to be, he's trying to church himself up. That's the phrase I always use. Folks, don't forget where you came from, especially when where you came from was released on DVD and shown to 1 million people over the BBC. Now, I thought Space was a brilliant show. Don't try to change who you are. Don't be embarrassed where you came from. That's just not good for anybody. So I'm looking to hear about EVS. Oh, EVS called the company to complain about the card. Yeah, okay. I heard about that. Jeff, you don't need to feel bad about buying Eddie Murphy movies. At least you didn't buy a Rose Tico poster signed by Kelly Marie Tran and Ryan Johnson. Did Ethan do that? Oh, my God. I didn't know he bought something signed by Ryan Johnson. Ew, gross. Yeah, I don't ever feel guilty about buying Eddie Murphy films at all. I just I went a little nuts on my Beverly Hills Cop stuff. It's an obsession that I don't want to fix at all. Quick shout out to everyone watching Good Morning Pop Culture today. We're having really good numbers. So thank you to everyone who sticks around and joins us every morning. We're almost to 600 viewers. So that's a lot for this early here in the U.S. I mean, on the West Coast, it's 5:32. Most people are asleep or still up from the night before because I used to party on Thursday. I know a lot of you guys did too. Meet Dave was good. Ew. Stop. Come on, guys. I never even saw Pluto Nash. So I can't get rid of a DVD of a film I've never, ever seen in my entire life and I'll never watch. I'm Eddie Murphy 1983 to 1989. No, 87, 88 with a few exceptions in the 90s, and that's it. The Eddie Murphy movies of the 90s that I personally find acceptable, Nutty Professor, Bowfinger. That's about it. Zaire starts work at 5:30 in the morning. Ooh. Well, and you're in California. Well, I'm hoping you're enjoying it. Or us, at least. I got to review Netflix's new comic. I don't know that they even had a comic. I was not aware of that. Eddie Murphy is great. Loved Coming to America, as did I. I will never shit on Coming to America. It is the 3rd best film released the year I was released, 1988. First is Die Hard. Second is Beetlejuice. Third is Coming to America. To me, that's the trifecta of 1988. And I own all those movies, and I watch them regularly. They're great. Zaire says, will you be doing a 2D Clone Wars watch party? Because I'm down. Yeah, we're doing it on Saturday night. I got to find out a time because one of the patrons, our super patron, wants me to have a live stream with a comic book artist who's kind of down. He's doing a lot of professional work. He worked for DC on the Injustice comic book, but he's trying to get the word out there about stuff. And I figure I used to want to be a comic book artist. I was for a while. The community's got to stay strong. You can't have them have infighting. So we're going to have that on Saturday, maybe in the afternoon. I'll be talking to you. You know who you are, man. I don't like to put people's names out there who, don't want their names out there. But that'll be on Saturday afternoon. Then Saturday night, we're doing a Clone Wars watch party in the evening. 2D. It's on YouTube. We're doing the entire 2.5 or 3 hour thing. People can ask questions. We'll talk about it. I'll see who's available. See if I can get a guest or two on to talk about that. So that'll be exciting. So Zaire, make sure that you're watching. We are doing that for sure. Idia Hugima says, now, to be neckbeard number 1, you need to play at least 2 different tabletop wargaming systems and be able to run cheesy strategy in both. Well, without me choking over my own saliva in the morning, I agree 100%. Simon Pegg's beard is kind of ugly too. So that does work. It makes my neckbeard. I guess I'll never be your neckbeard number 1 because I don't know any tabletop gaming. I mean, I have Star Wars Family Feud, and that's about it. That was given me as a gift. S. Gamble, 121682 says, if Disney wants to spark excitement and get the Star Wars fans back, they'll announce cancellation of episode 9 and take episode 7 and 8 from canon. It's that simple. Well, first off, S. Gamble, thank you very much for your super chat. But guys, remember this. That would be admitting that those movies were bad or they didn't get it right the first time. And, you know, hubris is more important than money to people like that, to people like Disney, because the industry would laugh at them and not respect them. And then they wouldn't have the power and the fear on their side. If Disney admitted that kind of guilt or wrongdoing, all these critics would no longer fear Disney. Like, oh, we talked about this movie earlier, we'll get sued. No, they'll just go back on that shit later. That would make Disney have to go for some like power play to really exert their force. And that's just not going to happen. S. Gamble, I would like if the movies didn't exist, Thanos style. Boom, we're done. But it ain't going to happen. So let's just hope there's another way. Or let's just come to terms that it's truly dead. They're all dead. Fuck them. But thank you, S. Gamble, for your very generous super chat. Mark's Main, welcome back and good morning. You should make a video about how every Star Wars movie is getting dubbed by critics as the best one since Empire Strikes Back. They keep saying it. Let me write that down. That's a good idea. I have written that down. Thank you, Mark's Main. That's implying that The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie. It's great. I don't have any knocks. I'll give it a 10 out of 10, much like I give the original Star Wars film. But I firmly believe that people have been conditioned to say The Empire Strikes Back is the best so they can retain that respectability among the geek universe. I don't care whose feelings it hurts. I'll stand by the original Star Wars as the best one in terms of pacing, editing, action, excitement, impact, importance, all those things. Story, too. Because Empire's great, and I gave it a 10 out of 10, but it relies heavily on the Return of the Jedi to resolve a lot of those plot points. To me, the sign of a good movie is a self-contained story. And if you never see another Star Wars flick and you watch A New Hope, you got the whole experience. Boom, it's over and done with. Empire's destroyed. Luke's on his way to become a Jedi. Han's now a good guy. Princess is saved. The day is saved. Star Wars is done. That's an alternate universe we live in. It's not great, but at least you got that movie. But that's a fantastic idea, Mark. I'll be looking into that. Hi, Reclusiar Grimalda says, hey, Jeff, I have to go. I have to clean Pegg's blood off my Crozius. Take it easy, my friend. You too, hi, Reclusiar Grimalda, and thank you for your super chat, as well as thank you for tuning in almost every day. You know, every day. I see that name all the time. So thank you very much for all that you've done for the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Klaus Stork, here we go. Good morning. Would y'all do a live watch party of a Disney movie or musical, and would y'all sing along? You know, Klaus Stork, there are not enough Disney movies that I know all the words to. I don't know if that'd be considered copyright infringement either, if we would get a copyright strike if we sang along. I mean, my voice is so bad that no computer will be able to recognize it as the proper song. But we could try it drunk. Maybe I'll try to get the four bullshitters together and we'll do like a live watch party of The Lion King with the subtitles on, and Dion will be in the turkey suit, and it'll just be really crazy and dumb. Too bad. Oh, man, we should do a world-class bullshitter sing-along episode, because my favorite moments in any Disney sing-along thing as a kid, because we had those tapes, like the little mouse head would bounce over the words to tell you how to sing it. That always made me laugh, because it was so dumb. I got out of Disney so quick. But thank you, Klaus Stork. I love your questions every day. American Trent 007 grew up on Clone Wars 2003. If wanted, I'll be on. Well, Trent, check your inbox. Cesario Japan. I never said Pegg was a neckbeard. He tried to dismiss his nerd background to be a romantic lead. That didn't pan out, so he's back to his nerd roots. Oh, okay, I must have read over that earlier. Quickly, Cesario Japan, I apologize. How did his romantic lead work? He's, in the words of Hot Fuzz, fuck ugly. Now, I'm not here to attack the guy personally. I don't know him personally. He could be really nice, but I'm just going by his public persona. That didn't work. He's not that kind of guy. He plays a cliched action hero well because it's all one big joke. He's a comedian, and a very good comedian when he wants to be. I liked Paul. That wasn't an Edgar Wright flick, but I wanted to see Simon Pegg and Nick Frost doing the Jay and Silent Bob thing, where they appear together in tons of movies through the end of time, different scenarios, always fun. But no, we didn't get that. We got other shit now. So, Cesare Japan, thank you very much for your super chat and clarifying the situation. The NVSK, thank you very much. I took myself and 9 friends to The Force Awakens. 15 minutes in, I knew it was a huge scam. I haven't given Disney any of my money since that opening night. Well, the NVSK, thank you for your super chat. I couldn't imagine taking 15 people to a movie. Sorry, 9 people to a movie. That hurt. That boggles my brain. Like, they got you, man. And I'm not making fun of you. They just got you. Like, the hype was so palpable. It was in the air. You could feel it. Like, there was this electricity. I was just slightly removed from that. I knew, and I didn't even read spoilers, but I knew Solo was going. I knew this. I knew that. There were certain things I knew they were trying to do. It was a weird time for me, but I'm glad you were smartened up by the experience and you haven't been tricked. You won't get fooled again, like that song says. Everybody gets one, and they got your one that time 9 times. No, but if you've watched The Last Jedi, let me know how you experienced it, how you consumed it. 9 people, man. That's like 100-something bucks minimum. I hope you didn't pay for the IMAX 3D Star Wars. Oh, man, that'd be pricey. It'd be like 150 bucks. Movie ticket, shit. That's like a concert. So I apologize to the NVSK. Press F to show your respects for the NVSK. Logan Michael 69, thank you for super chat. Next stream, get Dion to call a sex hotline. That was pretty epic last night. That was pretty. I enjoyed the shit out of that. We actually have to be careful though, because you have to do this consent for recording shit, and it depends on the state you're in. So I don't want to get the show shut down for breaking a law, even as a joke. But maybe I'll have Dion call in person and we'll laugh about it. David Hervey. Oh, sorry. More awesome metal. Thank you very much for your super chat. Very generous one. As for the Disney Star Wars movies, do you think they'll need to be thrown away after being retconned from the canon universe? Or that at least some of them can actually be fixed and saved in the future? I do think they should throw out episode 8. But like I said, it would be admitting failure and fault on the part of Disney. So that's not going to happen. I guess what they'll have to do is just act like they did, like what they should have done with Spider-Man 3. They just move forward instantly and don't talk about that past failure. Oh, wait, this happened, but we have to acknowledge that Luke's dead. So he's dead, and the whole next movie's different. Rose, Finn, and Poe, that movie didn't happen for them. Rose Tico's now got an eye patch and a shaved head, and she's got a mohawk, and she's ready to fuck some shit up. She's a badass pilot. That crash changed her. Poe Dameron is now in charge, and he's no longer an emasculated cuck. And Finn is the character he should have been, the conflicted stormtrooper who turned from the dark side to the light side, not Jedi, but Empire to Rebels. He not deflected. What is the phrase I'm trying to use? Deflected is not the word. I can't even think of it. Wow. Boom. Anyway, he switched sides. He flip-flopped. He's now a good guy. Defected is the word I'm looking for, not deflected. One letter makes a big difference. They'll go back to that and make those characters what they should have been. Possibly compelling? Not Rey. Ugh. But thank you, more awesome metal. David Hervey, have you seen Matt Pat video on Han being a bad pilot? I have not. Matt Pat and I are not cool. I'm just joking. I don't know him personally. But after Five Nights at Freddy's, I gave up on all the theories videos. The shtick ran old. I don't know. I know Five Nights at Freddy's, but after so much of it, I'm just like, dude, I get it. So I stopped watching, and I don't really watch film theory very much. If Han Solo is such a bad pilot, Matt Pat, and I hope he hears this snippet, did the Kessel Run. He navigated the asteroid field. He's not a bad pilot whatsoever. The Empire couldn't handle going into the asteroid field. They lost ships. Han was slick enough to make it through all that stuff. No, he's not the best pilot in the galaxy, but he's damn close. So no, I have not seen the Matt Pat video. Oh, maybe I'll do a response to it if I can handle that level of cringe. Grendel-fan84 says, Disney used the member berries well. Oh, I member. I think they've expired, though. Member berries aren't a thing anymore. These companies tried to use the nostalgia tactic post The Force Awakens. And I'm not just saying Disney. They tried it with Power Rangers. That failed. They've tried it with DC stuff. That failed. Realistically, the only big brand that's kind of coming off clean in all this currently is the MCU. And that's because they built up shit themselves. And I know Disney bought it in 2009 and it existed earlier. But what I mean by that is the MCU built their own expanded universe, shared universe thing early on and kept it that. These other places are either trying to go back and milk stuff or they're trying to alter things to fit this new corporate ideal, which doesn't really benefit anybody. So the member berry game is up. They can't pull that shit ever again. Zaire, thank you for your super chat. Saw The Last Jedi a week before US release via GIFs on Reddit. I did a video about the leaks of The Last Jedi, and that's really how our channel kind of grew. I found the leaks, did some research. They were all true, all of them. Sorry to quote a terrible Star Wars movie. Eddie Max of Andor, thank you very much for your super chat. Good morning, suckers. My kids, all girls, love Star Wars. After The Last Jedi, they say not interested. Thanks, Disney. Fellow Ohioan, go Tribe. Well, Eddie Max of Andor, good morning to you here in the great state of Ohio. Or, well, pretty okay state of Ohio. It's funny, a lot of people rip on Ohio, including myself, but it's an okay place to live. Cost of living's not too much. We have almost everything here in Cincinnati, at least. So I can't really bitch too much. If we had an In-N-Out burger and a Shake Shack, I probably would never move away. And if we got a WrestleMania, that'd be pretty cool too. But it ain't happening. But Eddie Max, you bring up something interesting. You had all girls who love Star Wars and they didn't like The Last Jedi, so now they're not interested in the Star Wars brand. My cousin has a daughter, she's 12 or 13, who likes Star Wars. And The Last Jedi, she's just like, she doesn't really have a response to it. She doesn't go, oh, it's the greatest movie ever. She's just like, yeah, I saw it. And normally she talks about a lot of stuff in great detail because she's one of those kids who's pretty smart. With that movie, she's just like, uh-huh, and that's it. You ask her questions about it, she just says, uh-huh. You ask her about the Clone Wars TV show, she's got 12 things to say about it instantly. It's funny, the demographic that they're chasing after, the young girl audience that they either make Force for Diversity dolls or that shitty web cartoon, they're just not in it. Star Wars appealed to girls already. I just don't get why they changed it fundamentally. But thank you, Eddie Max of Andor. And if you're ever in the area, let me know. We'll all go have a beer. The NVSK, again, thank you very much for your super chat. I never saw another Disney product in theaters. I saw Rogue One a month ago on a friend's Netflix account. It was blah. Never seen The Last Jedi or Solo. Pretty much, if you saw Rogue One and you thought it was just blah, it's all downhill from there, my friend. You're not in it for a good time. That's all I can tell you right now. You're not in it for a good time. Solo was meh at best. There were okay moments, but they weren't Alden Ehrenreich. The best moments were Chewbacca's voice, because it was the same thing. Somebody's watching A New Hope in the chat. Well, shout out to your excellent taste in movies as well as morning podcasts. The NVSK, though, I think you have a good stance. If you don't like something and you don't see it, you're living by your word. They burned you. You're the type of person that it wouldn't hurt if you wrote a letter to Disney, Lucasfilm, and explained yourself. Like, hey, I didn't like your movie and whatever, and I just have skipped out. There's no political spin. You just didn't like a film and you don't have faith in the brand. Maybe we'll release the information about Lucasfilm again, because it's all public stuff. It's not like we're leaking out, doxing anybody. We're just giving you a public company's address, which is listed. Just giving you access to that. Maybe we'll do that closer to episode 9 or when production gets ramped up more, so they can know that we're out there watching them. Grendel Fan 84, thank you very much. The alleged plot leaks of episode 9 from Midnight's Edge sound pretty solid. Did they just put out a video on that? Because I am a little behind on my Midnight's Edge viewing. If it's new, I haven't seen it. Oh, okay, so What Culture has one out. I'll have to look for the Midnight's Edge one. I'll do that off air. Maybe I'll talk about that in the coming week. I want to get back to doing 3 daily videos and the live streams to get our daily video numbers up so we can have the same reach and impact. I want all the videos to hit 1 million views. Not about, just about exposure for the channel to let everyone know what's up. But I'll have to check out the alleged episode 9 leaks. I heard the Reddit ones about Rey being pregnant and the water planet and Kylo Ren knocked her up through the Force. Those all sound stupid as shit. So they're probably true because they're from Disney Star Wars. I'm into film. Thank you very much again for the turkey suit. To continue from last night, Disney buys world-class bullshitters and we get Doo Doo Butter, the Dion Green movie. Hashtag Doo Doo Butter, the movie. Honestly, folks, this isn't just like a cheap plug for last night's podcast. If you guys didn't catch World Class Bullshitters last night, it's a nice, concise 92-minute episode. Make sure you watch it after you watch Good Morning Pop Culture. Even if you're coming in late to this, after this is over, go back, watch that, and then catch up on this because trust me, you're not going to want to miss that. We talked about the Disney-Fox merger, which was great, but we also, somebody threw in a super chat about what if Disney buys World Class Bullshitters, and it was Vegan Green. That was Dion's new name, and Soylent Green and all this stuff. We just had such a good time. And if you like the fun nature of this channel and the community and stuff, it was a very involved episode. It was nice and quick. It didn't drag on or get boring whatsoever. It was fantastic. So I'm into film. Thank you for reminding me about that and continuing the doo-doo butter joke. And just to let you know, when we launch the website, there's going to be a doo-doo butter t-shirt, Dion Green's old-fashioned doo-doo butter. So if you like your doo-doo butter, now wear it on a shirt. Do not eat the doo-doo butter. Sketch Therapy's here. Thanks, man. Like I was telling you, dude, I hope you heard. We have a Clone Wars stream that I'm doing on Saturday night, but the stream you suggested, I'll try to get us to do on Saturday afternoon. That way we can get the word out there. There will be a big number of people to watch because Saturday afternoon is a very good streaming time. Trust me, I've had 5,000 people watch a stream once. That blew my mind. We can do those numbers again. Plus, you got a good message behind it. So you got to contact me. I'll be getting to your Reddit or your Patreon message this afternoon. Oh, wow. Big super chat from Ben Frost. Thank you very much. Hello from Chillicothe, Ohio. Does having sex with droids change the context of Han calling 3PO Goldenrod? Ew. Ew. Well, have you guys ever seen the old trading card from A New Hope original release where it looks like C-3PO has a boner? Hold on, let me pull that one up. We're talking about goldenrod. Let's show you a goldenrod. So first off, Ben, thank you very much for a very, very generous super chat. And let me pull this up for you guys to it'll be a funny few minutes. 3PO trading card. Trading card error. Okay. But they call it the X-rated Tops card, and it has a it's worth like $90 or some shit like that. Oh my god! So the C3PO boner. Let's see if I can get a good image of that because trust me, this is worth checking out. I don't want to go to there. Open a new tab. Sorry, man. Google has changed. View image. Jesus, come on. There we go. So let's show you guys this situation. It's too blurry. Open image in new tab. There we go. Well, boom. So, Ben, I hope you have seen this card before. Because talking about Goldenrod being a permanent resident, here is C-3PO's Golden Rod. So, folks, what you see on the screen is C-3PO's boner. Yeah, that's a real thing. That's a real trading card. We'll talk about it in a moment. But having sex with droids changed the context of Han calling 3PO Goldenrod. I bet you there's fan fiction out there, Ben, about, Princess Leia and C-3PO or R2-D2 and all those weird plugins and shit. That's the kind of stuff bored fans in the 90s and late 80s would write about. So there's probably notebooks or typing paper or old word processors with really bizarre Star Wars fan fiction. And yeah, Goldenrod, C-3PO is just giving it to him coldly and calmly and politely. That... Ew. I just had a weird mental image of Princess Leia and C-3PO, which I'm going to need to wash from my brain with more coffee. So let me get the Keurig lined up. By the way, folks, if you ever listen to the show and you hear a weird bubbling and churning sound, it's not Mr. Coffee from Spaceballs. It's my Keurig. You know, it's funny too, Ben, that Millennium Falcon toy, or no, I have a Han Solo 18-inch figure that talks about hurry up, Goldenrod, you're going to be a permanent resident. So if I ever press the stomach on that Hoth figure, I'm just going to be thinking of C-3PO's golden boner. But thank you so much. Is the attachment he's using on Anakin's mom? Oh my god. Don't show this to Lando. Better hold Lando back. C-3PO is a dildo. Why make such a joke when Dion got angry at Pat for saying C-3PO is a dildo? Because it's fun to make fun of Dion. He's my best friend. He can handle it. Oh, I'm into film has this trading card. It's his prized possession. But thank you again, Ben Frost from Chillicothe, Ohio. I've been to Chillicothe, Ohio one time. I believe there's a veterans hospital or some kind of hospital where we visited a former family member. God, this was like 1996 or probably 6 or 7 at the latest, 97. So I've been to Chillicothe, Ohio. That's why I know how to pronounce the name. And we're here in Cincinnati. So if you're ever in the area, you know how to contact us. Let's go have that beer. But thank you again, Ben. I appreciate that. David Hervey. Also, when did Mike Zero become a reliable source? Never. I really don't know who Mike Zero is. What I made yesterday, I threw this out there. I think Mike Zero might be a covert Lucasfilm employee that throws ideas out there or throw things out there to get the fans interested or let them know. Or maybe he just is a loon. I don't know him personally. I can't attack him personally. But I've never watched a single one of his videos. Cesara Japan says, you forgot about the Mr. Ed Impulse purchase. Yes, folks. By the way, another reason to watch World Class Bullshitters last night. I just made a joke about buying Mr. Ed on DVD, and somebody sent in a super chat to buy it, which I've already purchased. I have the eBay shipping notification. It's coming from China. It's going to take 9 to 29 days. So hopefully it shows up in Indianapolis, or by the time we get to Indianapolis. But just to let you guys know, 100%, we bought Mr. Ed for Dion. So if you guys want to torture Dion with horse stuff, send it a super chat of what you want me to get, and I'll get it, and we'll just fuck with Dion. My ultimate goal is to do a secret super chat campaign to get a life-size mannequin for Dion, and then hire someone to sculpt a head that looks just like Dion. So when I go up to visit him in Michigan, I'll keep it in the trunk of the car, and when he's passed out drunk one night, I'll run down to the car, and I'll assemble this mannequin in his bedroom. So when he wakes up, he'll just hear, oh, what the fuck? And then a crashing thud after he tries to punch the mannequin. I'm a good friend, right? I'm a good friend. Oh, the Super Smash Brothers candidate, don't worry. Pat's cool. I talked to Pat yesterday, right after the show. He sent in an email when we were on the air, so I couldn't respond. But I'm going to try to get together with Pat online soon and hang out. He's a really good dude who's smart, and I told him my friend who used to live in Columbus can give him advice on things to do, places to go. What's up, Neglesax? You don't want to see what IG-88's doing. Oh, Lando, you dirty motherfucker. Why not a BoJack Horseman watch party? Oh, man. I wish I liked BoJack Horseman. I tried. I watched it the first day it launched, and I liked the end theme song, and that's about it. BoJack Horseman disappointed me. I think Will Arnett's a funny dude. I love his voice. There was just something about that show that didn't do it for me. A lot of people talking about Mike Zero, how he's boring, stuff like that. Like I said, guys, I don't really know about him, and I try not to start YouTube beef with other YouTubers. Good Morning Pop Culture is our little corner of the internet, and it's growing all the time. So why bog it down with stupidity and negativity and give people a reason to come here and try to tear it apart? Let him do his thing. People realize that he doesn't have any sources, so they go elsewhere. That's the best way, and I'm not calling him this, but that's how you can deal with SJW tactics, folks. They will self-cannibalize and destroy themselves, and we will just walk away and get what we want by being calm. Grendel-fan84 says, if you guys want any comics in time for Horror Hound, contact us here in Indy at Comics Elite. Well, Comics Elite, a.k.a. Grendel-fan84, I'll gladly contact you. I saw your live stream. Like that was I didn't watch it live, but I saw it pop up because we're Facebook friends now. I saw that roll in, and I thought to myself, Dion might need some Spawn books. So I will talk to the guys and tell you if Dion's looking to pick up stuff, because he goes to his comic book store every week. He goes and he gets a beer after work and goes to his comic book store and hangs out. So Dion and I are what they would like to call heavy users in the comic book world. We love that shit. Let's just hope they can get it together. People are saying no vids below an hour anymore. Only live streams. I will unsub you. We'll do both. Don't worry. It's funny. The solo videos that are like 20 minutes long or 15 minutes long take 5 and 6 times what it takes to do a Good Morning Pop Culture. So I don't know. I love doing it all, though. Yeah, Lost Cause. It's very true. We get it all the time, but I don't worry about that stuff. I'm a well-adjusted person. That kind of stuff doesn't really bother me whatsoever. He's the ufologist of Star Wars. Hey, well, if it works for him, it works for him. That's not what I'm about, and that's not what any of you are about. What we're about is ooh, that's tasty. We're talking about how Star Wars ain't what it once was, and how Simon Pegg isn't what he once was. You know, maybe when I'm older, I'll write a book called The Decline of Western Entertainment, and I'll give you a point-by-point analysis of how Hollywood destroyed itself and how entertainment is in the dumpster and where we are now and what we're going to do moving forward. I'm an etiquette and protocol droid, but I identify as an astromech droid. Now, that's a good Star Wars joke there, Ken. Thank you very much. Oh, my God. Just trying to catch up on some of these chats here. Grendel-fan84 says, McFarlane's signature opportunity coming soon. God damn it, Grendel-fan. Now you got me interested. I had a brief thought. Maybe I should... you let me know personally, because I will mail you my Spider-Man number 301. I know 300 is more of a key issue, but I'd rather have him sign the 301 book because it's white and his signature would show up. And I don't care about it as much as I care about the 300 issue. Yoda's Force Ghost impregnates Rey. I like that idea. It'll come out as this weird fucked up green thing with... It'll be Yaddle. It's all a time travel flick. It'll go back to the Phantom Menace. Rose Tico turns heel in episode 9. Klaus Stork, thank you again. While y'all are at the convention, gather fans and have them wear those latex horse heads and jump scare Dion. You know, Klaus Stork, it's funny you bring that up because last night I looked into getting those and I could find them from China. Like, you could get them in bulk, but I just wanted a couple of them. So all I was able to find off the quick stream or the quick search I did was the Chinese order in bulk. So maybe down the road, I'll get a crate of them for Star Wars Celebration. We'll give them out. And when we go to that bar, everyone will have the horse masks on. And we'll just go up to Dion. Like, if we could have a female in like a dress go up to Dion in a horse mask and offer him a beer, that would be the best thing. Oh my God, it would be so bizarre. I'll get him drunk first. He might have a breakdown. I swear he's my best friend. I swear he's my best friend. Any hope for a Kenobi movie with Ewan McGregor? I haven't heard anything more about it. Remember, folks, I don't have inside sources. I don't shill hard enough for those. So there's no news out. What I know is the same as what you know. Now, sometimes you can put the pieces together and figure out what's happening. And that's not very hard to do. But it's been kind of dry in terms of that. Disney knows they need to remain silent while episode 9 starts so they can get the hype train properly going. Because imagine if they had 12 movies announced and people are like, well, I don't really want to see episode 9. I'll just wait for Obi-Wan. No, they want you to see all their movies. So they'll properly hype them up in the right order. With friends like you, Dion doesn't need an enemy, does he? Nope, not at all. Well, don't worry. I've never betrayed Dion. He's not fed up with this world. No, Resistance is not the name of Star Wars Episode 9. Resistance is a new animated series coming from Disney that takes place between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, which will try to backdoor explain how the First Order came into power. So they're going to try to get this shit out there so people don't have these questions. And, oh, guys, it happened in the cartoon. Well, you know what, dudes? It wasn't in the movie, and I'm judging the movie based on how I saw it the first time. It doesn't fix it. The Grand Inquisitor, thank you for your super chat. Episode 9 spoilers. Reylo happens. Kylo ends up pregnant. Oh, Eric, you're pregnant. Sorry, I watched Billy Madison the other night. Ew. I wouldn't put it against him. Have you seen how thick that dude's abdomen is? I could see a baby already in there. Like, just boom, it's a little bitty bump. It's like he's got a little bit of gas. No, there's a full-size Force baby in there. So the Grand Inquisitor said it, so let's make it so. Zaire, thank you for your super chat. If you were put in charge of Star Wars Resistance but had to stick with Disney's canon, what would you do? Characters, storylines, etc. I would start the opening arc right after Return of the Jedi. So we would see Han, Luke, and Leia. You know what would actually be fun is maybe the first 10 minutes of the episode is actually a recap of Return of the Jedi. That way you could get people excited, like, oh man, Return of the Jedi is back, and see it in animated form, and even get use sound bites from the actors to make the Han Solo voice really Harrison Ford, stuff like that. Then I would show Poe Dameron's parents from the end of episode 6, because they put him in the comic book. And then I would move forward slightly after it's implied they're going to bang and have this baby. It would move forward to Poe Dameron in whatever timeline and show how the Empire 2.0 came to be. Because that's very, very, very important. They need to explain about where they came from. So that's the first thing I would do, is make sure we know that. Then maybe by episode 2 or 3, we would start with that kid and start building him up. And make Poe Dameron the old wise mentor at like 22 years old and this like 12 or 13-year-old kid. And that's what I'd do to start it out. Storylines, I would have those guys redeem themselves from the cuckery that was episode 8. Poe Dameron would be a cool rebellion hero. He would have been this ace pilot. He would have been on, 50 suicide missions, but he came back every time type of thing. Make him a cliche. You need a cliched character in Star Wars to fit the archetype that makes Star Wars what it is. I'm not going to be too worried about trying to flesh out certain people or make them deeper than they need to be. Star Wars characters aren't Marvel characters. They don't need to have as many complexities. Sometimes they just need a core function. And that's what Poe Dameron needs. So that's what I'd do. I would try to redeem him and then make him the focal point of episode 9. Not even the focal point, but make him so competent that you cheer for something in episode 9 and you don't hate every character equally. That was Rian Johnson's, one of his biggest sins, was the fact that he took every character and made them uninteresting and bad. So if you could, you could maybe cheer for Finn in The Force Awakens. You could maybe cheer for Han or this. You could cheer for no one in episode 8. Not Luke, not Leia, not Rey, not Rose, not Finn, not Poe, not Holdo. Seems like I was singing a song. You couldn't cheer for any of those characters. That's one of the biggest problems. So that's what I would do, Zaire. Thank you very much. The Weiss 18 Racing says, I heard Obi-Wan movie will be on the Disney streaming service. I've heard that rumor too. There's a lot of will they, won't they type of situations going on with these streaming services. It'll have this, it'll have that, it'll launch with this. It would be a good business move to launch that on the streaming service, but much like the WWE Network and now the Disney or the DC Universe streaming service, they'll probably offer a free trial. And if the Obi-Wan movie is available on the streaming service during the free trial, I guarantee you a lot of people are going to watch it, like me, and then not sign up for the month of the streaming service. Now, if they hide it behind an extra paywall, that makes their streaming service look bad, because if you pay for Netflix, like the streaming, you can watch the whole catalog. Now, the higher up you go, you can get 4K, more screens, more this, more that. If they hide certain things behind like tiers, then you're setting a bad precedent. Now, I know on Hulu you can get HBO and Showtime and all those other packages, but that's like regular cable. For the Disney streaming service, it has to be all-encompassing. And you can't say, hey guys, this is the Disney streaming service. If you want Star Wars, it's $5 extra a month. If you want Marvel, it's an extra $10 on top of that. You can't stroke people like that with a streaming service. Streaming services aren't cable packages. They're not things like that. It needs to be, oh, you got $8 a month? Here's everything. If you sign up for, a whole year in advance, you save 20%. That's about all you can really get away with in the current financial climate of streaming services. Netflix set a precedent that Netflix is so big, you kind of have to follow suit. You can't come up with a new pricing plan or tiers, if you will. That's just going to kill it. But yeah, I've heard that Obi-Wan will be there, but nothing's been officially confirmed. We'll find out together. Oh, Ben Frost, thank you very much again for a generous super chat. Episode 9, Rey turns to the dark side, corrupted by the ultimate power. Kylo turns to the light side after Luke's sacrificed. He must stop her. What do you think? Hate to say it, but I kind of like that idea. If she goes down, then it'll be one of those, we know that it wasn't planned like that from the beginning type of situation, but they basically pulled like a Hail Mary at 0 hour, and they threw something crazy out there and it would work. If Rey goes down, it's because she became too powerful, too fast, and all these problems happened for her. I'd be okay with that. Now, Kylo Ren's bitch, so I'm not going to all of a sudden act like he's this great hero, but it'll be interesting, to say the least, if that's what happens. Because we've never had that in Star Wars. We had Luke start good and good. Anakin start good and bad, like that. But we never had the villain of the whole story kill the hero because now the hero is now the villain type of thing. We haven't had that before. So, Ben Frost, I like that idea quite a bit. It won't make me forgive episodes 7 and 8. I'm not going to go back and change everything I've ever stood for on the channel. But I'll go, that was okay, and I'm okay with that one plot twist. So it would make me kind of happy. But if that happens and the movie's still dog shit, well, it's going to get a dog shit review. It's not going to be, oh my god, they did the one thing I want. This movie's great. No. Judge the whole movie itself. That little moment could be cool, but not enough to save it. Thank you again, Ben Frost. Bren Frost. It sounds like a four-place. The Bifrost and Ben Frost. Thank you very much. So, man, it's already 9:12. Good morning pop culture goes by so fast. Even like last night, I was up till about 1 o'clock doing show work and stuff, and barely awake. But these morning shows just go by. Before you know it, another week's over. Another week, it's Christmas, it's New Year's, it's your birthday again, you're 40, still talking about Star Wars. That's a life I'm okay with. World Class Bullshitters needs to do a live stream of you guys braving the Tumblr Raylo tag. It would be funny and cringe as hell. Let me write that down. That's a good idea. Shit. Raylo Tumblr stream. We'll make sure Dion's involved on that one too, because I want to hear him go, oh god damn it, and freak the fuck out. Now, if there's a Raylo horse meme out there, oh my god. That's going to be amazing. Let's see, let's catch up on this chat. Amy Schumer in blackface for James Bond. Oh my god. Talk about killing a franchise. Oh, Anthony Mata, thank you very much for a very generous super chat. Good morning, dude. Here's my beer money for watching The Last Jedi 3 times. Goddamn. One time for me is bad enough. I recommend a tall, blonde, lazy double IPA for your troubles. Blonde, hazy double IPA. I'm going to need some beer for tonight. So, a blonde, hazy IPA. I have that written down. I have this little notebook I keep. I take notes before the show, after the show, what I want to talk about for the channel. And Anthony Mata, I will use that to get some beer. It's Friday. We won't be watching a terrible movie. We'll be watching a good movie, Return to the Living Dead. If you folks have a chance to get it, get it. You can rent it real cheap for like $1 or $2. You can maybe find it online. I don't really care how you guys watch it. Just watch it with us and hang out tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of drinking, a lot of positivity. And we can rip on Star Wars if you guys ask. It's fine. But yeah, 3 times, Anthony. I did it for you. Everybody out there. We did it for all you guys. I can't do a 4th, though. I just can't. I had a brief moment of thought, like, what if I watch it again? No. I could even say I've watched it 4 times if you count the Director and the Jedi documentary. I had to watch all that preachy behind-the-scenes bullshit from Rian Johnson. God, the idea that it's like, so what do you want to do today, Jeff? You want to watch The Last Jedi or get foot surgery? No, brain surgery. Oh man, that surgery sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll forget all of it. But no, thank you, Anthony, so much. Instead of the brain surgery, I'm just gonna get beer. Lots and lots of beer. But I'm always down for beer suggestions. I do like classier beer. Bud Light has never been for me. Miller Lite is beer pong cheap beer. But a nice, classy IPA is right for tonight. And I'll let you know which I get. But I have a blonde, hazy IPA written down right here. So thank you again. Do you need to do an intervention for EVS for his pie addiction? Yes, we do. We definitely need to do that. I'm all for that. Grendelfan84, the best and most fun zombie film ever. Yes, I went there. And I went to Comics Elite. Grendelfan, I hope you're watching that movie with us tonight. It's my favorite zombie flick. I will go to bat for it. That movie is excellent. It's funny. It's got a semi-bottomless Linnea Quigley dancing on a gravestone. And yes, I know the real story behind it, folks. It's a great film. It's a great film. That's all I can say. It's a really fantastic movie. It's not boring like a lot of zombie movies. It's not trying to have a preachy message. When those dudes had been gassed and they're dying, oh my God, I can't wait to watch it. You guys only have to wait about 14 hours. It's going to be tonight at 11:30. Nick and I are going to be gushing about it for a long time. And I'll be quite buzzed. So you know how I get when I drink. Everything starts to flow a lot smoother, and I'm really happy and really relaxed. So if you think the morning show is chill, wait for tonight where I go on like 28-minute tangents and then I'm able to bring it back perfectly with a nice little bow on it. Night of the Living Dead is the best zombie film. Well, Dead Schooled. We're going to be watching that as well tonight. So if enough people stick around for our Return of the Living Dead commentary, we're going to do a live watch party of that. And guess what? Night of the Living Dead is in the public domain, so we can show it to you on screen, and you guys can sync your movies up with us and know exactly where we are the entire time. So I suggest you do it, because that's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll go late into the night. I ain't got shit to do tomorrow morning. We can make anything happen here. Scarlet Ham, we're talking about Return of the Living Dead. What a fantastic zombie film it is. Do you like microbrew beer? Yes, I do. We live in Cincinnati with a lot of good microbreweries. Grendelfan84 says, I will be watching and would love to take part in the commentary if possible. Well, Grendelfan, since you're already a patron of the channel, just send me a message, either on Facebook or Patreon, and we'll gladly work something out. You know how to contact us. A lot of people are on our Patreon commentaries. I didn't know if Trent's going to join for the Clone Wars tomorrow, and you're going to join for Return of the Living Dead. So just make sure you got a microphone and no background noise, and you're on, man. You're on. So Grendelfan, thank you again. Christopher Lowe, thank you for your super chat. What's your take on EVS's panty fetish? Well, guys, you don't judge your friends on their fetishes. That is a different part of who they are. You can't control those urges. And EVS can't control the urge for a few things. First off, panties. I get it. The guy loves them. No judgment. He loves Rose Tico. I get it. No judgment. He loves pie. I get it. No judgment. You judge him for his character and how he treats you. And he's been a very kind and caring individual towards me and all the world-class bullshitters fans. So I'm willing to overlook his weird obsession with panties. Just saying. Thank you for Christopher Lowe. The Pwee back again. Ben Front may have fixed Star Wars. I hope that fixed Star Wars. Ben Front may have fixed Star Wars. Can we fix it? I hope we can, the Pwee. I really, really want it to be fixed. Ben Soilo is pregnant and saving the galaxy, one ill-adjusted child at a time. Dick McJackass, if you're an EU expert and have a ton of experience with that stuff, email me, worldclassbs@mail.com, thebestmail.com. And you're going to see, you can be on that. That'll be Wednesday night. I'm going to try to get about 6 or 7 people on, so don't worry. Timothy Riggs says, when y'all are in Indy, you should check out Sun King, Flat 12 Beer Works, or Fountain Square. Good spots for beer, whiskey/tequila man myself. Well, Timothy Riggs, I'm going to take a screenshot of that right now. So if we do venture out of the hotel, that's what we're going to do. I'm always open to suggestions. I'm actually always looking for suggestions for things to do if we're ever in your city, anybody's cities, because of I don't want to go to McDonald's out of town. I don't want to eat at Cracker Barrel and do the same shit I do here in Cincinnati. I want to go out and experience the local flavor. Hopefully it's alcoholic, but there we go. Fountain Square. That's funny that you have a place called Fountain Square. We actually have the thing downtown in Cincinnati is called Fountain Square, the main square of downtown. It's cool. It has a fountain on it. It also has a brewery called Rock Bottom, which my mom took me to eat at as a kid because it was called Rock Bottom, just like The Rock's finishing move, the Rock Bottom. Panties, pie, and Tico, everything Ethan needs. Yeah, all soy free. You a whiskey man, Jeff? I'm an alcohol man. I'll drink whatever you guys give me, as long as it's not like anything weird. When will you come to Maryland? When Maryland asks. No, if there's ever a convention that we could fit in at, yeah, we'll go. Once the channel becomes super, super big and everyone can do this full time, we could travel the country and appear at places for you guys. Even if we don't have a ton of people show up to these shows, if the online presence is huge and it can cover all those costs, we'll do it. GrendelFan84 says, when in Indy, first round is on Comics Elite. All right, dude, I'm holding you to that. Holding you to that, trust me. There's a Rock Bottom bar and grill literally blocks from the hotel. Damn, I brought it up. Let's see. Stop by O'Reilly in Indy. It's pretty laid back pub bar style. Wow, can't speak. Sorry. Laid back pub style bar right across from Scotty's. Ooh. Got all kinds of places to go in Indy now. I hope all you guys show up to the show. Even if you don't want to buy a ticket, come to the hotel afterwards. It's a public hotel. We're going to be hanging out in the lobby all night. We'll have our t-shirts on. You'll be able to recognize us from the Grand Theft Auto pictures and stuff like that. So don't miss out on an opportunity, because it's just going to be a smaller, more intimate event after the show. We'll be drinking, we'll be talking. We will be drunk. I'm not going to deny that. It's not going to be the most PR-savvy moment. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're down for fun, world-class bullshitters, do you like the miracle that is mead? Kendo does. I've never had an opportunity to have it. I like to drink, but I don't drink very often. Maybe on the show every once in a while, but never just for the hell of it to have a drink. I'm usually busy, and I got to stay focused. Sometimes it sounds real boring. I have a reason to drop in at DC at some point. If we're ever together in a city, at least two of us, we're going to let you guys know. Even if we all meet up for a cheeseburger or something basic like that, we'll let you know. That's why there's Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. And we'll always keep extra world-class bullshitters on shirts on hand. Video about Collider shields, please. They make Campy look like an amateur. Oh, God. Collider. What are they doing now? Seriously. What are they doing now? One thing I am going to say, I'm going to leave Collider alone for a while. They just lost that John Schnepp guy. And no matter how we feel about their shilling or their outlook, he was their friend. And you don't really want to attack somebody when they're grieving. So if Collider does something really egregious in the realm of Star Wars shilling, of course I'm going to be there to talk about it. But as for now, we're going to let them relax and not go after them over something from the past while you lost somebody. That's just not how I rock. But I'm not a Collider fan, so I'm not changing my stance on them. I'm not subscribed. I'm not watching. I'm not doing any of those things. That's how I'm taking a stand right now. And like I said, their next egregious shilling for Star Wars, I'm sure you guys will tell me about it, and then I got to get to work and call them on their shit. Yeah, I'd love to go to SEMA as well, Cesaria, Japan. I love Vegas. I know what SEMA is because I watch a lot of car shows on TV. And I'll go hang out with the West Coast Customs guy in Cesaria, Japan, and we'll go to In-N-Out Burger down the street, right off the strip. UK fan here. Well, thank you, Insanity Methods. I'm so glad that we put the world in world-class bullshitters. People from... I'll never forget the first time somebody bought a T-shirt from me from Sweden. Murat Yilmaz, if he still listens, you know who you are. Oh, my God, I freaked out. I was like, oh, my God, somebody in the foreign country is wearing a shirt with my face on it. And now we got people every day from all over the world. The Pui says, LOL, meant Ben Frost, his super chat. Yeah, Ben Frost did give the best idea how to save Star Wars, the Pui. I want it to happen now. I want to leave happy, but I know it's... Guys, remember, honesty is paramount here on this channel. But man, I don't foresee that happening, being happy leaving episode 9. I just don't. Yes, In-N-Out Burger is the shit. I always talk about doing the right thing and eating better, and I do. But my God, if there's an In-N-Out Burger by my house, I would rival Ethan Van Sciver's pie addiction. 4x4 animal style with some animal fries. Fuck. Man, thank God I live hundreds of miles away from one, 1,000 miles away from one, because I would probably go nuts right now. You get to go to SEMA this year for free. Little jealous. Send me a picture of if you see an folks, if you ever see Aston Martins out in public, please send me pictures of them to the Facebook page so I can go find them. And when the channel's big enough, I can go buy my own. Aston Martin Fun 2020. Let's make it happen. Have I ever had The Habit? I have not, Zaire. If you could tell me what The Habit is, if it's a drink, awesome. Oh, The Habit. Oh, it's a burger place. Okay. Child of the Flower says, you guys should go to The Habit. It's better than In-N-Out. Insanity Methods, yes, I've had Kraken rum. It's fine. Let me check out The Habit right now because we'll talk about it. No In-N-Out Heart Attack Grill. Let's see. The Habit. God, this phone is dead. Burger. Okay. If you like Noodles and Company, go to Noodles and Company for lunch in Indy. The noodles are awesome there. I've been to Noodles and Company. I used to live across the street from one at Michigan State. And that was always kind of a thing you would do with girls. They'd always want to go to Noodles and Company and then go get bubble tea down the street. And, you know, even when you're on those weird platonic dates that turned into nothing or something in some cases, usually started at Noodles and Co. and then bubble tea. Luckily, the girl I dated in college wasn't into that shit. She wanted to drink in the dorms and watch horror movies and do shit. All right, so the Habit Burger Grill. Let's look at these images real quick. Fat Burger is better than In-N-Out, which is better than Habit, says John Doe. These burgers do look pretty good. Okay, this actually looks fucking delicious. Char burger with cheese, double char burger. Oh, man. There's onion rings. I really wish that there were enough people. Like, I wish, like, Food Network or Travel Channel or somebody would send me on a burger tour for the show. Like, hey, guys, we're doing a TV show where I go across the country and eat cheeseburgers. I'm, like, the perfect candidate for that. I love cheeseburgers, and I have the time to do it. No, the channel wouldn't go away. We would do Good Morning Pop Culture from a van every morning as I'm on my the next place for a cheeseburger. Oh, man, this looks too fucking good. Where is this at? Because we don't have this around here. We do not have this. We have Five Guys, and I don't think Five Guys is that great. We also have Flip Daddies, which is okay. You've never had a White Castle sketch therapy? If we ever meet, I'll buy you a Crave case. They're fine. They're very basic for me. They're just okay. But I like them when I'm drunk. I have never watched Mystery Diners. No, I have never had an opportunity to watch that show, but I would. I'm sorry I'm making you hungry. By the way, folks, I was a man of my word. I talked about Waffle House on yesterday's show. Where did I go after the show? To Waffle House. And if you followed us on Twitter, I posted it using the hashtag GMPC. If you ever want to talk about Good Morning Pop Culture or have any suggestions or ideas, always use the hashtag GMPC. I will look that up and we'll talk about stuff on the show. Where is a White Castle? Well, here in Cincinnati by me, I have 4 or 5 White Castles within a 10-mile radius. Speaking of mile radiuses, the Habit Burger Grill, Virginia, Maryland, New Jersey, Maryland, New Jersey, Florida, Nevada, New Jersey. So what I'm hearing, folks, is that when I go to New York/New Jersey for WrestleMania next year, I need to go to the Habit Burger Grill. Just saying. Timothy Riggs, White Castle is disgusting, Jeff. Never touch that. Dude, I've had too much White Castle to even say I'm sorry. I don't even love White Castle. It's just a basic, it's like a McDonald's cheeseburger. It's just something you've had no matter the shame or the guilt. Now, when they're fresh, they're good, but when they're old, they're... Ugh. Dan and Phil and Loudy, the guys that used to be on the show, they love White Castle. We've all been drunk over a Crave case or 2 before. I think I've watched Loudy eat 9 White Castle cheeseburgers. I've also seen Dan eat a whole large pizza as well as White Castles in one sitting. I hope their hearts are going to be okay. Burger show and discussing pop culture would be a good show, says Anthony Mata. Maybe you could hit. I actually like that idea. What would we call our pop culture burger show? Oh man, that'd be so cool. Maybe we could film a pilot and pitch it to like Food Network or something. I mean, I look like the kind of guy that would enjoy a good cheeseburger. I mean, Guy Fieri has a stupid haircut. I don't. So I also don't know how to run a restaurant, but I know how to eat a cheeseburger. And I know pop culture. I want this to happen now. I'm very thankful for this show, but damn it. I want that to happen. Zaire says, world-class bullshitters crossover with Dame Drops. Dude, I would so do a crossover with Dame Drops. I like that guy a lot. His damn video is amazing. I've watched that probably 30 or 40 times. Dame Drops, super official. Yeah, I'd love to meet up with that guy and go eat. That'd be a lot of fun. We'd do like a double live stream. If you guys want that to happen, all you gotta do is tweet him and let me write that down, because that's on my list of dream crossovers. And then Darth Durkle says, Five Guys is overrated. We even have a Bobby's Burger place, and it's pretty good. The Habit Burger is legit. We have a Bobby's Burger place here, too, in our casino downtown, and I've been there multiple times. It's funny, Kendo and Dion were in town back in January, and I tried to take them there. The burger place closed at 2. It was like 1:20, and they wouldn't serve us. I was pissed off. All I wanted was a damn burger from Bobby's. Nope. Sorry, we're closing. 40 minutes. Sorry, we're not serving you. Bullshit. So I won't go back. We went to IHOP instead. We took an Uber across we took a random taxi, a minivan taxi across the river to IHOP. I don't remember how we got home. All I know is that I wasn't driving that night. You've never been to White Castle. What's the place like? Well, I know a lot of people have seen the movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. It's a very small, the White Castle by me was a converted bank. So there you have that. But it's just a basic fast food place that you walk into. The burgers are little. You can probably eat about maybe 3 or 4 would equal a regular cheeseburger. They have onions and pickle on it. I always get cheese. They're kind of soggy, but that's the point. They're steamed. So they take the burger, and the little burgers have like 4 or 5 holes, and they put it over a bed of onions, and then they put the bun on top, and they all like steam cook together. And then you just eat it. It's kind of like a mushy cheeseburger. There's no condiments on it unless you put it on. Just the pickle and the onion. It's weird to think that people don't have that locally. White Castle is always like a McDonald's, Burger King, whatever. It's just there. Nothing too special. Oh, we took a taxi to your car and I drove. So I was drunk, dude. I don't remember. We made it home, though. White Castle, why not Black Castle? Racist. You know, Eric, there's a video about why White Castle's called White Castle. Check it out. I love fast food videos. White Castle is a lot like Crystal. Same idea. Yeah, it is. We had a Crystal down in New Orleans. That was the first time I ever had it. Because as a kid, I told you, we used to travel in a truck across the country, and I'd see Crystal all the time. Never had it. Then I had it as an adult. Oh my God, steamed hams. Steamed burgers, weird. Yep, but been around for a long time. It's nothing new. Chick-fil-A is sexist. I don't know about being sexist, but they are delicious. I love Chick-fil-A, hands down. It's fantastic. See, White Castle and Crystal are the same. Crystal is still a version of White Castle. There was a Top Hat that exactly is like White Castle here near me. I thought you were about to say Top Hat Gaming Man. I was like, what about him? I like him. I did eat at the Crystal on Bourbon Street, Colween. Dion and I were there. And the lady at the counter hit on him. It was pretty funny. Good for you, Dion. Would you name a burger after China if you had your own burger place? I know I would. I'd call it the ninth wonder of the world. It would, have like all this crazy shit on it. That's what we'd call our garbage burger, the ninth wonder of the world. Japan has the weirdest burgers. They have ones where the buns are thick slices of cheese. Ew. I like cheese, but I hate like overly thick cheese. I like a thin slice of cheese melted properly, not like an uncooked chunk. Ugh. Japan also has those squid ink burger buns and stuff. Grindlefan84 says, stationed in England when Harold and Kumar came out, it was titled Harold and Kumar Go to the Munchies. Sorry, excuse me. It was titled Harold and Kumar Got the Munchies. Huh. I didn't know that. I guess because they don't have White Castle over there. I'm surprised White Castle actually let them use the name here in America, which was smart because now it kind of has kept that franchise alive through that movie, even more so than it already was. Harold and Kumar Get the Munchies. They did get the Munchies. I think we should do stoner comedies one night on the channel. Harold and Kumar, Cheech and Chong, Jay and Silent Bob. We'll do a trilogy of stoner comedies. If enough people want to watch that, press F. We can make that happen. Any Harveys in the States? I've never heard of Harveys. Johnny 5 is not American enough for this chat. Oh, the cheeseburger chat? I want a noodle burger. White Castle is moist. It is very moist, actually. Black burgers are cool. Let's see. Zaire says, I would name a restaurant the Vegan Vulture, and it wouldn't be vegan. You know, Zaire, if I ever make a comic book with a restaurant in it, I'm going to call it that as an ode to you. The Vegan Vulture. Maybe that'll be Spider-Man's newest villain. Like when Michael Keaton gets out of jail from Spider-Man Homecoming, he's now the Vegan Vulture. Okay, tons of Fs. Fine, we'll do our stoner comedies thing. All you guys got to do is remind me. Throw Dave Chappelle in there too. We'll do like an after-hours half-baked one. Maybe we'll let you guys just vote on those, and we'll do the top 3 results. Toxic Truth Seeker says, Skyline or Gold Star? I'm from Cincy. We should hang. Toxic Truth Seeker, we do group hangouts, and yes, we should. We'll get the other guys together that are local, and we'll all go. Now, to answer your specific question, Skyline or Gold Star, of the two, I'll pick Skyline, but overall, I prefer Blue Ash Chili, which is in Blue Ash, or in Tri-County, depending on which one you're at. People are like, what's the difference? What are you guys talking about? Well, Cincinnati has this weird chili. It's not like regular chili. You probably would think it looks like diarrhea. And it makes you shit, but it's like our most popular food here. And Skyline is Kendo's favorite food in the world. I know he's in the chat right now. Kendo, I should go have Skyline and tweet you pictures of it all day just to fuck with you. See, I swear I love my friends. But yes, I'll go Skyline all the way. And Toxic Truth Seeker, all you got to do is either follow us on Twitter or Facebook, because we'll post when we're going to have like a little local hangout. I'm definitely down for all that. I'm into film says, you ever come to Arizona? I'm taking you guys out for Korean barbecue. Now you make me hope that WrestleMania goes to Arizona again. 1, I like Arizona. I've had a good time there. And 2, I like free food, especially Korean barbecue. So thank you. I'm into film. And I'll make sure Dion wears the turkey suit. It'll be like 100 degrees out there, but I don't care. He knows what this job entails. Yes, you did hear me mention a character called the Vegan Vulture because one of our listeners just brought it up. Who was that? It was Zaire. Zaire came up with the Vegan Vulture. I just thought that was hilarious. Brian Lape likes Empress chili. Ooh, Brian Lape is different. Lape, when we do our group hangout, I gotta call the channel, Dad. You know. Oh, Darth Uncle Wise loves Cincinnati chili. My mom makes a good Cincinnati chili. She blends the meat in a blender, and it makes it real smooth and cooks it. It's delicious. I can't talk about my mom's food right now. Holy shit. Are we having a meetup in Jersey? Yeah, just for an afternoon, girl. I can only be Dion, myself, and Dan, because we're the only ones that are going to WrestleMania this year. But we'll definitely announce that. So right now, Indianapolis for all the guys from the podcast. Then New Jersey for Dion, Dan, and myself. And it'll just be like a lunch type of thing. We can hang out and shoot the shit for a couple hours. And then Star Wars Celebration, where all the bullshitters, all the High Council members, all the Geeks and Gamers people, we're all going to be there. So pick your favorite and come hang out with us. Check out Ken Ashcrop Burgers on YouTube. All right. Let me write that down. Ken Ashcrop. Cool. There we go. I'd like to know your thoughts on NWA and All In. Oh, the wrestling pay-per-view. If it happened, I missed it. I kind of wanted to see it because I like Cody Rhodes' wife. Ooh. Indie wrestling is cool. You need something to distract you from the WWE product. Because I sat on the floor for Monday Night Raw. I was on TV the whole show, and I had a terrible time watching the show because it was bad. You shouldn't be that close to wrestling and not have a good time. Do I watch Review Bra? I do not even know who that is, so I apologize there. Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey makes his own chili. Been evolving the recipe for over 15 years. It could probably still change. Well, if I'm ever in the UK, I want to come over for some chili. Cincinnati chili sounds similar to Tommy Burger chili. I don't know what that is. All In hasn't happened yet. Okay, well, I would like to see it. If there's a way, how do I watch it? Is it a streaming pay-per-view for $15? Oh, it's in September. Okay. Rowdy, is that you? Are you Rowdy Hitman? If that's you, man, hi. Thank you for listening to Good Morning Pop Culture. I'll read your text off air because I can't read that and do the show or else it'll throw me off. Review of the week. Skinny white guy that reviews food. Oh, okay. Dead Schooled made chili out of my parents. So you're Cartman and I'm Scott Tenorman. Oh, okay. Cool. You'll tweet us, channel me. Thank you, guys. If you ever have suggestions, the best thing to do is email or tweet us or post it on Facebook. That way it's going to stick there because this chat, I can't really access it after the fact. So that's the best way if you guys have suggestions to contact us outside of this. SmackDown comes to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania every once in a while. SmackDown is better than Raw right now. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Oh, okay. Rowdy Hitman. No, dude, just an Aussie fan. Every time I see the word rowdy, because my friend, his name is Eric Louderback. He calls himself Loudy, and all of his screen names are Rowdy Loudy or Rowdy something. So I thought it was you. Sorry, dude. Well, thank you from Australia since day 12. Do I enjoy Lucha Underground? I haven't had a chance to watch it, so I don't know if I like it or not. But I like John Morrison, so that's cool. Craft75 says, Grandma's Boy for Stoner movie suggestion. Well, first off, Craft75, thank you for your super chat. Yes, I like Grandma's Boy quite a bit. That part where Jonah Hill's with the girl at the party is my favorite part of the film. Plus, we used to talk about it in high school a lot. That was a movie that everyone thought was really cool back in 2006 and 7. The opening's hilarious. Dick McJackass, if you just take out the word best, mail.com, it's actually just worldclassbs at mail.com. The bestmail.com part's just a joke. Tommy Burger is LA Burger place like chili gravy. Oh, I have to check that out. AJ Styles is bomb. He's awesome. Lucha Underground is fun, says Kendo Slice. AJ Styles is garbage and I hate him, says Silicone Dave. Oof, harsh words. The original Stoner movie, Reefer Madness. Isn't Reefer Madness in the public domain? Because that'd be one I could show. Luke Hawx is better than AJ Styles. I don't know who Luke Hawx is, but I'll tell you, AJ Styles disappointed me at WrestleMania this year. Was there some news about Star Wars Resistance? I got in late. Yes. The Star Wars Resistance news, for a quick recap, just for you, my friend, was... Wait, nope, that's C-3PO's boner. Nope, that was the wrong tab. Basically, there was a synopsis of the show. It's going to follow a young boy named Kaz, who's essentially a pod racer. That yellow thing is going to be like a high-speed chase ship. And it's got Poe Dameron and Gwendolyn Christie's coming back as Captain Phasma. Oscar Isaac will be Poe Dameron. And it's going to be set between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. And it's going to talk about how the Resistance came into power. Or not the Resistance, the New Order, First Order, whatever the fuck they're called, came into power. See you later, John Lance. Have a good one, my friend. They opened a new restaurant in Paris called Au Naturel. World-class bullshitters should eat there. Maybe wear a horse head. Sign me up. Put me down for a reservation for 6. Grendel fan says, $15 tier participation on commentary? If so, sold. Sure, man. We got the tiers up there. Honestly, don't have those memorized by heart. It all is going to go to our channel fund to do more convention stuff. We had a business meeting after the show last night, and you might think to yourself, business meetings are boring. World-class bullshitters business meetings are awesome. We have a list of what we have allocated for beer, as well as all the pieces of technology we need to acquire. So, Brian Lape, I'll be contacting you to tell you if there's anything I need, man. The email again for Adam Wofford is worldclassbs@mail.com. Star Wars Resistance is just another fucking mess. It looks stupid. It looks cheap. That's the Disney way, cheapness. You remember when you would see a Disney animated flick and it was the best? Hell, even Disney TV animation was better than a lot of movie animation studios at the time. Not so much anymore. The only thing that they put their name on that I was like, man, that's really high quality is like Avengers Infinity War. That movie looked professional from top to bottom. Why not put the email in the video description? That is a good idea, Grand Inquisitor. I never thought of that. Also, too, we're going to be changing the email down the road. When we have worldclassbullshitters.com, it'll just be like Jeff at worldclassbullshitters.com or Kendo or Nick or Dion at worldclassbullshitters.com type of thing. Or info or show or something like that. So that'll be the future. We're a brand at this point, and in a good way, not fake and cynical. Just we cover all aspects, and we want to be professional at all times. I should make a short video of World Class Bullshitters business meeting. That's a good idea, Gerlach. We're going to film some ideas in Indianapolis because it's hard to get all together in the same room, but when we do, we're mostly drunk. Yes, David Applegate, I agree. Star Wars is a mess all over the place. They're trying to destroy the brand. I don't know if they're trying to destroy it overtly. I think that they're just so ill-equipped that they're going to fuck it up no matter what they do because like you have the wrong people in power. You don't have a domain name yet? I do have a domain name yet. I purchased that, but I didn't. I don't have the emails set up or anything like that. Timothy Riggs said to the super chat, thank you very much. I miss quality animated cartoons. Nowadays, everything looks like some sort of garbage put together by a ninth-rate mailroom jackass instead of an artist. Yes, I agree 100%, Timothy. The beauty, the artistry is gone. Like, you guys should be following Aaron Blaze on YouTube. He was a Disney animator, and he talks about animation and does it live on his streams. He's a fantastic artist, and you can learn a lot, too, if you're an artist trying to do stuff. I respect the artistry behind animation. The CGI stuff, I know it's popular with the kids. It's the cheapest way. That's how they're going to do it. But when somebody puts out a traditionally animated style film, if it looks interesting enough, I'll be the first one to support it. Paranorman and Kubo had that unique style, which was cool. I loved Paranorman, actually, and I didn't have a chance to see Kubo. But I don't like how everything's just... Like, the Emoji Movie is the most cynical, soulless piece of shit film ever made. It's also made by Sony, you know, surprise. Sony just cuts corners and does everything the cheapest way possible. I do get why they're in the situation they're in, but I don't know how they got to where they are. I hate Sony Pictures. Flash can look, okay, so John Doe says it's because they use Flash puppets to cut corners. Flash can look good, but that takes effort. Yeah. My problem with like Family Guy and stuff was when the cars would drive or shit, it looks so obvious that it's, you know, computer animated, and I don't like it. F is for Family did it right. When they're in the car, it looks kind of cool because they either refined it or the technology's advanced since Family Guy. It no longer looks like Peter Griffin walked into a Nintendo 64 game. Zaire, I animate in Flash. Really? Down the road, we might need your services, man. All right, Adam Walford, I'll be reading your email off air, and I'll be getting back with everyone that has contacted me about it over the weekend and letting you know that our date's going to be this Wednesday, August the 1st, 2018 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we'll go for about 2 hours or so. And if this one has a big turnout, we'll go again in a week or two after that. Same thing on a Wednesday at 9 p.m. And we will keep pumping out Star Wars EU discussion videos if that's what the listeners want. Thank you, Commander Cody. Good morning to you, my friend. Let's see. Transformers Prime and Tron Uprising are amazing CGI works of art. I have not seen any of those. Did I see the High Council animation you sent over Patreon? The one from the other night? Unless you sent a new one, I haven't seen the new one. You're trying to create a comic book, but the writing is killing me. Well, take a deep breath, relax, read other comics. Like, my best advice is to have an outline, like a paragraph, what you want your story to be. Don't worry about every little plot point. Have your paragraph, and then start. And what I do is I take a paragraph, then I write the beginning, the middle, and the end, and then I like fill in the spaces, and then I go back and edit and change. Let's see. What would Uncle Ethan be all over? A Rose Tico SJW cartoon. Oh my god. Rose Tico and the SJW Defenders. Have I seen Waltz and Bashir, the war film about Israel and Lebanon, done in a sketch style in Flash? It's amazing. Should have won an Oscar. I think I've seen clips of it. I've never seen the film, but I'm pretty sure I know what that is. Scarlett Ham says, my husband bought me that Rose Tico novel. He's not a Star Wars fan. I threw it away without telling him. You're a smart woman there, Scarlett. D's Nuts says, Uncle Fatty's all over me. Rose Tico and the Diversity Defenders. I like it. Rose Tico and God. Oh, man. This has been a great episode of Good Morning Pop Culture. We got 10 minutes left, so if you guys have any specific things you want to ask me or talk about, you know what to do, how to get my attention. Let's see. What color would my lightsaber be? Asks the healthy man. Blue. Oh, yeah, Cesare Japan. It's Ask Jeff time. We've had such a good show. Let's just close it out with the craziest, funniest questions. When we started talking about cheeseburgers, it kind of became Ask Jeff Anything time. So I'm fine with that. Thank you, Darth Monkey Oraf. Morning, Jeff and people. Been a subscriber since March. Really enjoy the channel and the range of content. So much better than cable and all the shit sites on keep on listening from Saskatoon, Canada. Thank you to Saskatoon, Canada, and thank you to Darth Monkey Oraf. I appreciate that. And just let me know how you found the channel. That's the one thing that always interests me. I wonder what video has brought in the most people. A lot of people say this toy videos and stuff like that. But you've been around for quite a long time, so thank you for joining us here on Good Morning Pop Culture and sticking around with us for the last, 4 months and change. So thank you very much. Adam, we're not full on the Star Wars EU stuff. If you got the knowledge, I will have you on. Just let me respond to you via email. It's not an exclusive Patreon thing or anything like that. It's just people who have the right equipment who want to be on. So don't worry, folks. I will be having a lot of people on. Oh, Ethan flies an XL wing. Oh, that's fucked up. I love it. I love it. Any sexy bathroom stories? Asks the healthy man. I mean, no, never. Sorry. I was drunk one night and just somehow subscribed to this channel a few weeks ago. Well, thank you, Stephen Panda. And thank you for whatever alcohol you were drinking that directed you towards world-class bullshitters. Scarlett Ham says, appreciate the show. Here's a coffee on me. Well, thank you, Scarlett. Thank you very much. Adam Walford, what do you need to do to get on? You just need to email me, worldclassbs@mail.com, and I will respond to you and get you all the information. Basically, what's going to happen is the people that want to be on, I will email you the link to join the Hangout on Wednesday, about 15 to 30 minutes, so we can do a mic check and get acquainted, and then we'll go live at 9 o'clock. So all you got to do is send me an email, tell me you want to be on and your qualifications, and then I will respond back to tell you I got the email, and then I will respond back again on Wednesday with the Google Hangout link. Rose Tico is the love child of Porkins and a Rancor. Yeah, I saw the footage, man. It's hot. Too small. An XXXXXXL wing. Oh. So was Uncle Ethan in the Star Wars Family Guy special where, Porkins just crashed under the thing because he couldn't fit in? Clone Wars Season 7 will have a higher rating than Resistance Season 1. You damn right. Opinions on Fireball. Captain Morgan? I like Fireball. I can drink some Fireball. When I was down in Virginia visiting Joe, I drank a whole bottle of that shit in the freezer. And when it gets really cold and syrupy and you mix it with Coke, it's dangerous. Yes, Kendo, I will bring you some Grippos to Indy. You just tell me how many you want, and I will gladly bring them. I'll bring you a case. I'll go to the Grippos factory, get you a truckload. Ethan Van Porkins. Let's see. Skyline or Gold Star. Definitely Skyline, but my third option, which is actually my number one option, is Blue Ash Chili. So if you're in the area, go to Blue Ash Chili. Gas Monkey Tequila. Never had it, but I like tequila. Do I serve porg with mash or rice? Mash, always. The art of this looks inviting. Don't fall for it. It's a trap. Mareth Dialine. Thank you for your super chat. Good morning, Mr. Shitter. Good morning to you, Mareth Dialine. Glad you're feeling well and you're back up in time for work and good morning pop culture. Lord and Savior Porg. This better not be Porg. It'll never be Porg on this channel. Just got here. What's going on? Well, Gerhard van Staden, I'm very sorry that you got here this late into the stream. We've had an excellent morning talking about Star Wars Resistance. We were talking about Simon Pegg and his douchey ass, which I'll be making a full video on this coming week to get it out there for you guys, trying to get those video views up. Maybe if I say I'm coming back at you with another video, maybe 1 million people watch it again. Nah, I'm not going to steal his gimmick. I'm not Booker T, and he's not The Rock. So, what's my favorite beer, dude? I freaking love Guinness, asks Commander Cody. Right now, I'm really digging Voodoo Ranger IPA from, God, I can't think of the brewery. But Voodoo Ranger is my shit, because I can drink a couple of those and be buzzed. And I can drink a 6-pack and be pretty drunk. If I drink 12 of them, I'm gone. So, that's my favorite. I almost got it right. It's not Van Staden? Is it Van Staden? I'm sorry. Mareth Dioline, thank you again. Work. I'm off today. First day off in 2 weeks. Then you should be sleeping in and relaxing. If this is your first day off in 2 weeks, with mine, I wouldn't do shit. Like, I would lay in bed and watch Third Rock from the Sun, eat a pizza, eat a pie, call myself Ethan, look in the mirror, cry a little bit, buy some Rose Tico figures, cut my hair like hers, walk down the street, and that's too dark. No, enjoy your time off, man. My mom had to work 7 days a week for 3 years straight when she was at her old job. So she eventually quit. So take your time and enjoy it. Michael Hunting says, morning, Jeff. Sorry for being MIA for a while. I'm just glad you're back, Michael Hunting. If you guys miss these shows, just let me know you're alive. Press F to pay your respect. No, Michael, though, I'm glad to have you back. I appreciate it. Funstaden. Okay. Sorry, Gerhard. I apologize. Ooh, Kendo's bringing dog sleds to Indy. Those things were delicious. Alpha Terranema, there he is. Thank you for the super chat. Working and lurking. I like that phrase. Can we adopt that for the channel? If you're watching the show from work and you're here, you're working and lurking. I feel like that's a good thing. Unless that comes from another channel. We'll always remember that Alpha Terranema came up with working and lurking. I like it. It's Frankenstein. It's pronounced Funstaden. Sorry. Press F for life. Yeah, press F for life. It's a good life. It's a good episode of The Twilight Zone. Fun, like a fun game. Oh, okay. My German teacher would be pissed off at me right now. I'm sorry. Scarlet Ham's working and lurking. Trent Barry's working and lurking. A lot of people are working and lurking. I like that. I like that a lot. Better than spanking and thanking. God damn it. Oh, man. I almost wish it wasn't 10 o'clock so I could, I can go an extra few minutes. Press, you know what? Everyone's pressing F. Press Z if you want me to go an extra couple of minutes. We can continue the show for just a few more moments. I'm not ready to leave you guys just yet, even though I'll be back in a few short hours. I'm having too much fun right now. Thank you, Adam Shahan. Thank you very much for Super Chat. Or not Super Chat. Thank you for your message. I appreciate you telling me you appreciate the show. Lots of Z's. Okay, everybody wants an extra 10 minutes or so. And then there's Brian Lape speaking random German. I'm sorry, Brian Lape. Wow, I go, oh, a cue from Kendo. Lots of Z's. I'd like to be working and lurking, but my place shut off the Wi-Fi. Ooh, you're leaving an hour early, Trent. I'm sure I'll message you today through Facebook. You can tell me what you're going to do. Are you going to watch Huey Lewis and the News' documentary or retrospective on Behind the Music from VH1? Let's see. Timothy Riggs, thank you for your super chat. What would I get if I walked up to the world-class bullshitters table at Horror Hound wearing a horse mask? A high five and a beer if you can show your ID afterwards. Because you're just going to make Dion uncomfortable. He'll go, oh, fuck you, sir. Maybe Dion will even walk away. Because you guys got to understand, Dion will be emotionally gutted that RoboCop's not going to be there. So he'll already be hurting. But if you showed up in a horse mask, and it is Mask Fest. Oh, my God. Anyone... What I need to do is make an exclusive T-shirt. Hold on, let me write this down. This is actually a decent idea. So Horror Hound Indie horse shirt. Let me make sure I get all my shit together. I'm not making a guarantee, Timothy, but if somebody does show up first, the first person in a horse mask to show up to Dion, I'm going to try to make them a Horror Hound India horse Dion shirt. So that'll be funny. Net Trickster says, I keep you from working. Well, I would apologize. I'm not going to apologize. Behind the failure of Kathleen Kennedy's story. I'd watch that in a heartbeat. Holy shit. GoldenEye, then Party. Ooh, GoldenEye. Excellent choice. You might want to be prepared for how GoldenEye is going to blow you away, dude. Just saying. Thank you, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey. This is the only stream you can catch, but so you enjoy the extra time. Gladly go extra time. Yes, I've had Rheingeist. I don't live too far from Rheingeist. I drink Cougar. No, Cougar's okay. I like from Rheingeist their Saber-Tooth Tiger. That was my favorite one. Rackin' and Stackin'. Dion is now a furry. Oh, man. Working and lurking, though. Maybe that could be a t-shirt. Oh, that should be a coffee mug. They'll say working and lurking, hashtag WCBS on it. Let me write that down, too. And then Jose or came up with it. There we go. When is Horse Week? Much like Rusev Day, Horse Week is every week. If you send stuff to Dion, horse-related merchandise, memorabilia, buy him an actual horse. It's going to be funny. He grew up on a farm, yet he hates horses. Rheingeist is off your list, Brian Lape. Oh, okay. Like Gerhard, Jeff, you're out of the whole High Council. Your laugh is the most infectious. Well, thank you very much. It's a genuine laugh. I have so much fun doing this shit. It almost feels like life is too good. So thank you to everyone who watches and listens. What's Horse Week? Horse Week is the week where we remember that Dion's deathly afraid of horses. Not like I don't like the idea of being eaten by a shark. Dion's just deathly afraid at the concept of a horse. Imagine episode 9 where Lando flies the Falcon and then suddenly hears L3 talking to him. If you grew up on a farm, you'd hate horses too, I'll bet. His sister doesn't hate horses at all, so I don't know why. That's his twin. Mareth Dealing, thank you very much for your super chat. Making pancakes, making bacon pancakes, bacon pancakes. That's the only thing from that show I actually like. Thank you for your super chat. Dion loves the making bacon pancakes thing. He'd start singing that damn song. He's off work today. I wish he was listening. Dion, nay. What's Dion's opinion on centaurs? I don't know. Did you watch Doomcock explain how no one working as a writer has experience for the job and no credits for anything? I have not, Nathan. I need to catch up on some Doomcock stuff. Usually the schedule is morning show, a little bit of a break, gym by 2, home for dinner, back on a live stream at night. And then next week, I got an even busier week because I've been invited to go on another podcast. So Monday, I'll be on a show at night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be on shit at night. So I need to catch up on some Doomcock. I need to get him on the goddamn channel. I'm dying to talk to him again. He is fun as hell. Billy Ritchie says, for the super chat, first off, Billy, thank you. My girlfriend's family in Ohio has horses. Can we borrow one? Put a mannequin on a horse and ride it through Lansing looking for Dion. There we go. Can we please do Akira based on the anime from 1988, also based on the manga of the same name? It's also directed by its creator. Jacob, I have read there's a new edition of Akira, or Akira, depending on how you pronounce it. It's like a big 4-book series. I read the first one at a store once when I was waiting for somebody, and I loved it. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I definitely know what it is, and that's something I could watch in the future. I would want to watch it first, so I'm not, paying attention to all the details for the first viewing. But it's something we could do for sure. Walter, fuck it, let's go bowling. Good morning, Jeff. Well, good morning to you, Walter. Thank you very much. We had a super chat from, okay, we got that one popped up. Thank you again, Billy Ritchie. Didn't miss anybody. Tell us which podcast. John, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, dude. I'll make sure I tweet it out and tell everyone so you can listen to support them. Make sure you guys listen to the Deplorable Bat Cave. That was the first one they had me on. or I was invited to, and that was a lot of fun. So the listeners of that, the people on that show listen to World Class Bullshitters, so give them some love. They only had 50 subscribers when I was on there, so I hope they're up to 50,000. Woke Ewoks are fucking brutal pets and lovers. What? Says Lando Calrissian. Thank you, John, for that nice compliment. Press F to send Dion to BronyCon. Honestly, if we had enough of a following that we could raise the funds to go to BronyCon, I would make Dion go, and I'd lie to him and tell him we're going to some other convention. So what are we going to? Oh, we're going to Gen Con. It's the biggest convention, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to see some Star Wars shit. And then we walk in, and it's a bunch of people in horse suits, and Dion can't do it. Thank you, Dead Schooled. I appreciate you guys noticing that we're not trying to be a hype machine. We're just sincere, and we're having a lot of fun, and people respond to that. So when I say it, I'm not bullshitting you guys. I find out what you guys want us to do, and we do it. That's why we're doing Clone Wars and EU and stuff like that. I get my time to talk about 007, and that's fine. You know about my obsession with Beverly Hills Cop. That's fine. I get to do that, but we get to have fun every day. And I do mean every day. We're always here, so... Nathaniel Rourke is here, slept in. I'm here now, though. Good morning. Good morning to you, Nathaniel. Yeah, Lando had the best offhand comment. That caught me, dude. Thank you. Timothy Riggs says, hey, Gen Con is in Indy every year. We have no BronyCon that I'm aware of. Thank God. Well, Timothy, I went to SummerSlam in Indianapolis in 2008. And Gen Con was the same weekend. And I went to the mall just to kill some time and actually ate at the food court. The place was so busy. I remember all these people in cosplay at the food court. And I was like, Jesus, man, what's going on? Didn't realize it. Sending Dion to BronyCon is something to do after we get Jeremy reading and diction lessons. Damn. That was a burn and a statement that I'm behind 100%. Did I ever play EU Star Wars games? Maybe? Well, does what's that one game? The Force Unleashed. Does that count as EU? Because I played the hell out of both of those. Robbie McHugh says, I live in Indy. Gen Con is next week. Well, Robbie, I hope you meet us for Horror Hound. That'd be a lot of fun. We want to get as many people as possible. Good morning to Darth Myrtle. Mareth Dialine. If Lando hears L337 in Episode 9, does that mean the title will be Star Wars Ghost of Girlfriend's Past? Maybe. Maybe. You never know what Disney's going to pull out. So it'd be Star Wars, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, to the Girls of Girlfriend's Past. Maybe Lando's the key to all of this. It's all a Lando confession. It's like Trapped in the Closet Star Wars edition with Lando Calrissian and L337, and the closet's the Millennium Falcon, and his love knows no bounds. It's like a truck. Berserker. Grindlefan84 says, Lucas Oil, where the Colts play, is now for LARPing. Really? Ew. I was hoping Indianapolis would get WrestleMania because it would be, it's 90 miles from my house. I'd be like, oh, we're going to WrestleMania. I'm going to leave at breakfast, go to Cracker Barrel, go to WrestleMania, and drive home. That'd be a lot of fun. That does count. How about Empire at War? I have not played Empire at War. Ferret Fighter, our email address is worldclassbs@mail.com. Hey, Jeff, the author Block Mars Jade cameo in the films from CBR. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that, Adam. We talked about that yesterday. Timothy Zahn said that he didn't say that it's not happening, but he said he hasn't heard about it. So I think he's assuming that it's not happening based on his lack of knowledge about it. So let's see here. Looks like I'll look for you guys. We've been going to Gen Con since 2006. Well, remember, we're going to be at Horror Hound, but if you don't want to go to Horror Hound, just come to the hotel afterwards. We'll have a lot of fun. If I played Jedi Academy, if that was on the GameCube years ago, I played it. Yeah, The Force Unleashed is EU. Cool. So yeah, I've done some EU stuff. I went to my first con in Indiana and got stuck in an elevator with a bunch of furries. I've never felt so uncomfortable. I felt like a child in James Gunn's eyes. Oh my God. Wow. That is messed up. Nat Dennis says, how many world-class bullshitters are there? Why do I think there's like 17? Well, Nat, the people the four guys from the main the four guys, there's just four of us realistically. There are people from the past, but there are four of us pretty much forever now. The four of us are going to be, well, sorry, there'll be five of us. Channel Dad Brian Lape is going to be there doing some behind the scenes stuff, but five is the magical number for the bullshitters. Same with Star Wars Celebration. Five of us will be going to Celebration for the channel. It's how we operate. But there used to be like 36 of us, but they all died off slowly. The director of MI6 said he gets Star Wars fans' anger. He's got my money. I hate that, and I hate that franchise. Damn, Dead Schooled. Well, I guess he said the right shit to the right people. For me, I was going to see the movie because I loved Mission Impossible. I didn't even know who Christopher McQuarrie was until the other day. Timothy Riggs says, Jeff inviting people to his hotel room is a bit creepy. Hashtag me too. I'm inviting people to the lobby of the hotel because every other, there's like 4 hotels connected. But if you guys want to spend $50 on a ticket to meet us, hey, more power to you. We're just trying to give you the alternative route to sit around and have some beers with us. What's my favorite Zach meme? I don't have one. Like, you mean like your boy Zach from Diversity in Comics? Those old guys are dead to Jeff. Yeah, they're so dead to me, even though I'm hanging out with one of them tonight. We might go to the Hofbräu house for dinner. That sounds good. Jeff, would you want to see a video of me hitting a baseball into a copy of The Force Awakens? Of course I do. Why would you even ask that, dude? Just post that shit to Facebook. I will watch it in a heartbeat. Oh, he got memed. Okay. Oh, yeah, I saw the Quarterings video about him, and I saw all those memes. I'll say this, closing about Diversity in Comics. He looks nothing like I expected. Nothing. I'm not saying I'm disappointed by his looks. I don't really care what he looked like, but the voice didn't match the face. He looks like your uncle, not your boy Zach. So it's weird. He wouldn't hang out on our live stream because he was nervous, but he'll go on Comedy Central. I don't know. Hey, good for him. I'm glad he got some exposure. Hopefully his channel's grown a bunch, because his channel grows a bunch, then people find Ethan, and they find us. It's all beneficial. So the more you talk about us, the better for everybody it is. Zach should go back to Supercuts and get his $5 back. Jabroni. Oh, damn. Jason Bourne with a rock reference. I think that is the perfect way to... Oh, well, we got a super chat now from Billy Ritchie. Going to Florida, going to shoot my Force Awakens. Get rid of that shit, man. Never, ever again be fooled by Disney Star Wars. So, folks, we went a little over this morning. Thank you to everyone who stuck with us. We've had really good viewership the last week for Good Morning Pop Culture, so it's starting to become a norm for people. It's part of their daily routine. It's part of my daily routine. And after I get a few things worked out, I'll be doing it Monday through Friday instead of Tuesday through Friday. But for now, I need Monday to work on videos and do channel work, get the website up, do things like that, because I'm doing a lot of that stuff, just me, and it takes some time. So thank you to everyone who's watched. Thank you to everyone who's helped the channel grow through the super chats. Yesterday, we got a turkey suit for Dion, and we also got a damn Mr. Ed DVD box set for him as well. So thank you for all the joke gifts for Dion. We're going to make him look like an ass, even though we love him to death. And I'll be back in just a few short hours for the Return of the Living Dead commentary. Abomino, we've replaced your morning show that you listen to during the week. Well, thank you very much, Abomino, for taking your time and giving it to us. Whatever your morning show is, well, I guess they just can't compete with Good Morning Pop Culture, so that's awesome. So thank you to everyone who's wishing me well. Have a good day. I'll have a great day. You guys have an even better day. I'll catch you guys in just a few short hours. We'll be live. And if enough people stick around for Return of the Living Dead, we're going to go all night long and do Night of the Living Dead. Mareth Dealine, thank you very much for your generous super chat. Have you seen the video game about Jango Fett and Zam Wessel? It focuses on the last mission they did before being hired by Dooku. If you I have cutscenes of 2 I can share. Cutscene or 2 I have shared. You mean Star Wars Bounty Hunter, the game that was on the PlayStation 2 and GameCube? Because I know that game. If that's the one you're talking about, yes. And I almost picked it up for the PS4 because they remastered it in 1080p. Well, they just upscaled the resolution. They didn't really remaster it per se. But yeah, Mareth Dealine, I definitely know about that game. It looked cool back in the day. I wasn't really ready to shit on Jango Fett before I saw the movie. And I didn't really super hate him. I had the toy. I kind of played with the toy and was like, oh man, more Adventures of Jango Fett. So, yes, Morethiolene, I have played it. And if you want to share anything with us, just you know how to do it over on Facebook, email, all that stuff like that. That's the best way to contact and share stuff with us, because YouTube has this weird policy where people can't share links. So thank you to everyone. I love you too, Landa Calrissian. I just hope you don't love us in the weirdest way. And yes, we did get Deanna Mr. Ed box set. I bought it from China. I got it. Our friend Rainier super chatted in and we got it. So thank you. Thank you to him. Thank you. I'm into film. Thank you to everyone who's rocked it out today. I appreciate all you guys. So I'll be back in a few short hours, and you don't want to miss tonight's zombie broadcast.